We didn't have a lot of money growing up. You know, every comedian says that, but I really mean it. I remember one time, this is absolutely true. When I was a kid, all these other kids got to go to the Barnum and Bailey Circus, and I remember begging my dad, please, I want to go. All the other kids are going. He said, no, we just can't afford it. Tickets are expensive. He ended up taking us to this Bob Circus. It was actually called, no, this is true.
Bob Circus.
Yeah, and it was in a mall parking lot. And what a difference when you go to a cheap circus. They had things like, I remember the guy yelling, and now huge midgets. What? What the hell is that?
They stand 5'10".
That's right. They're range from 5'8" to 6'2". The world's largest midgets. Look at them. Look at the size of these guys. Bunch of guys walking around.
That is a cheap circus, I'm telling you.
It was the worst.
Wow. That was
one
Bob.
after another.
Bob Circus.
It was Bob.
Coming to a parking lot near you. Right. I like it.
Oh, yeah. There was just one after another. The bearded man. What the hell is that? It was like they were just making it up on the spot. And we all just sat there stunned, you know. We couldn't believe it. They had, I think they actually had the talking mute. Hi! Dad, what the hell is this?
How does he do it?
He's amazing. He's a mute, yet he speaks. Dad, we go home. My dad he made us sit through the whole thing. It was the worst circus. We had to sit there. My dad said, "I'd pay for this. You're going to sit through the circus and watch." And I think they had what else? Oh, they had the world's first stripeless zebra. It's a horse. It's a stinking horse.
They stand 6'10". Oh, huge midgets.
Hi.
It's the Bob and Tom Show. Good morning. Hello, Christy Lee.
Hello, Chick McGee.
Hello, Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick.
I like that shirt. You look like you went to a diner somewhere out in the country and stole the tablecloth. And made a shirt out of it. Yeah. That's.
My name is Pat. I'll be your waiter. A little less chest hair, though. I don't think no one wants to be in their lunch and look at that.
Oh, they all do, Tom.
Yeah, free corn relish on every table.
That's Sis's restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
It's good eating.
We're going to start with a letter about food, Josh, that I think is directed at you.
Oh, I have no doubt. And why would people direct their food emails at me? Who do you think started it?
Yeah, how did that start, Tom?
No,
Hi, Josh. How are you, buddy?
Was real good.
Yeah. There's Ace Cosby.
3 minutes in.
Willie Griswold. I'm Chick McGee, and I got a big problem, and here's Tom.
Before we get to your problems,
all right,
we have several hours. We can probably dent the issue.
Certainly.
Directed to Josh and Willie.
Hi.
Hey.
Now, I didn't realize this. It says, Dear Bob and Tom Show, an important detail about the Josh and Willie show coming to Ilion, New York this Saturday. The ticket includes a buffet dinner.
That's right. It does.
I'm amazed that Josh has not underscored this. It would seem to me to be one of the, quote, fattest things I've ever done, to include a rider in their contract that food needs to be provided for all of the guests. Well, thank you, Paul.
So Paul's assumption is I wouldn't do the show.
Yes, that you demanded.
Unless there were a buffet before.
Yes.
Right.
Paul, you're correct. And I hope that everybody enjoys it. And
Paul is from Utica. Thank you very much,
all right.
Paul.
Look forward to seeing you there, Paulie.
I'll see you
right.
at the roast beef carving station, Paul.
Utica sounds like a body part on a woman that we are not really sure.
Where it is?
Yeah. Well, that's your Utica, right?
Unfortunately, she fell, and her Utica was certainly okay.
Oh, thank goodness. Yeah.
We can replace it with a pig's Utica.
Of course. They're doing amazing things with pigs' Uticas.
So I'm driving into work this morning.
Yeah.
And,
can I just say, by the way, the show is Saturday evening. One show only with a buffet. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm only doing one show because they only said they'd have one buffet. Were there two?
Those are the rules.
Yep.
Are there any tickets even left?
Very few.
Okay.
Very few.
All right, so it's Josh and
Way to
Willie
go.
coming up Saturday evening. That's great. Thanks for the letter. Now, I'm sorry, your problem, Chick?
So I'm driving to work, and I realized that I just said work about what we're doing right now. I've been coming to. We've been here at this location 35 years, give or take 6 months, right?
Wait a second. I bet you did what I did.
The lights out.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the driveway.
I did it yesterday.
Cosby's telling me, you're going to have trouble at that light. Sure enough, this morning, drove right by it.
Oh, man.
So I had to go turn around, and then I woke up the homeowner, and then he wanted a photograph. And it was just a whole
You did it at the home? Go to the pool, buddy.
I should have gone to the
I did a Yui at the country club driveway over
Yeah.
I was past the country club before I said, where the hell is that driveway? I was Kid Charlemagne and it's Steely Dan for the 6th day in a row.
Also, the sign, 2 days ago, the sign
Was covered up
was
by
covered
weeds.
up by weeds. They've since taken the weeds
Is
away.
there gas in the car?
Is there gas in the car?
He was Italian in their eyes.
Put those test tubes away.
I drove right by it, too, so you're not the only. We got to get the light fixed.
You got to get that light fixed.
Yeah, we do.
We should explain. It's a very dark road that we're on.
Can't we have like someone in the locomotive industry out there with one of those lanterns to
Someone to
go
greet
back
us?
and forth while and possibly
Would you
greet
like
us
them in a jockey suit?
No, I was doing everything I could not to mention the jockey angle.
That's
Did you hear that, Josh?
Yeah, I did. Hard not to hear it.
If you know your history, which of course people ignore, there's a very fine heritage of.
Can we at least get a security guard for when someone comes to attack you finally? We're all safe at least?
Yes. Someone who I know it's surprising, someone who might be anti-jockey decoration in your front yard.
T-shirts.
Like
Can I
Ace.
say something about that? You can't just paint them all white and make it okay.
I don't even know
I know somebody who did that. I don't know somebody. I drove past a house where they did that.
You don't see that much anymore.
No, but I can drive you right now. I can take you.
Really?
Yes. And I'm like, no, it's
But
not.
there was a history behind the original, but there's no point in trying to uncloud the issue with facts. But yeah, no, I drove right by the driveway too.
Yep, zoop right by it. Because I was listening to this.
That you were Italian in their eyes. They say champion in the lyrics, but I know they're saying Italian.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, now.
Chick, you know that Kanye song, Champion, where he samples that?
I don't.
Oh,
I gotta check that out.
It's one of the times where you hear a sample, it'll blow your mind. It's incredible.
I love it. I love everything about it.
Okay, well, that's very, very good. Now, coming up, we've got a lot of fascinating things in the news today that I think you're going to enjoy very much. But we opened, I should say, with Jeff Rothpan's classic piece about Bob Circus, the true story of growing up. And we have a big story today coming up about circus. The circus.
Okay.
Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Is it back?
Yep.
It's going to come back next year, but I'm not going to give the whole story, but it will not be featuring animals.
Okay.
Because that was the whole thing.
Is it people?
Well, there'll be clowns, probably, yes.
We'll get to the story later. I just wanted to say,
You think a guy's going to balance a ball on his nose? I'd like to see that.
well, they're not going to have people doing all the animal.
Why not?
You never know.
Yeah, you like have a guy in a chair and another guy trying to bite him. Well, you wouldn't go watch that.
A man taming a man. I would have. He has a chair up and a whip.
See?
The guy's just standing there.
Yes.
I never
And they
stopped laughing.
maybe have guys in elephant suits, and then like in the Rocky and Bullwinkle show, you've got the guy behind him with the broom.
You'd call it the human elephant instead of the centipede thing. It would be great. Yeah.
In any event, Ringling Brothers coming back.
All
After
right.
closing down a few years ago. So, that's why we did a little tribute to Jeff and the fabulous, huge midgets. They're mute, but they speak. I'm not sure you can get any better than that. That is just pure fun. We have that coming up in the news. I'm sure there's some interesting things in the world of sports.
Yeah, we had playoffs last night, the NBA and the NHL. And, it's almost like the NHL can't have a playoff night, a couple of games without an overtime breaking
How
out.
about that battle for Alberta, huh?
Yeah, 9-6 last night at a hockey game, Tom. That's your kind of score.
Hey, if you could bear with me for just a second.
I'll
On kind of a serious note. We have.
I'm bearing with you.
I thought that was you being the lion of the circus.
Are you bearing down, or are you a bear?
You okay?
Wow. Don't do that too hard.
Now I'll have to. Elvis. Now I'll have to tell you later.
Okay. I'd almost prefer that.
You won.
I won, and I also win when I also won. When I put in my own security system with the wonderful people at Simply Safe. I went online, I designed it,
Now,
arrived at my home, and
how many
I installed
cameras do you have, seriously?
I don't think there. Let's not get caught up.
Well, you were showing us cameras yesterday.
9.
It's like switching the Super Bowl.
I have a
looking at
camera
your
on your
phone.
puppy.
My little puppy, Ruby, my
How's she
Aussie.
doing?
She's
Is that
not-
your indoor camera?
She's like, she doesn't want anything to do with anybody. She's crabby when she gets. Yeah, that's one of the indoor cameras. I do. They do have.
So you got
amazing
that from Simply Safe.
battery-powered outdoor cameras, and it's just amazing. But it's not about. It's not always about someone breaking in. What if you are the person in this story? This is Terry. She went away for her daughter's wedding on a weekend and got the call from Simply Safe's 24/7 professional monitoring center that there was water in her basement. One of the Simply Safe sensors detected water in the basement, Tom. And we all know just a little bit of water can cause thousands of dollars in damages in a home. But Terry was notified by Simply Safe, and she made arrangements to get the water shut off, and it's a happy ending.
Now, I just want to say parenthetically, if you've ever owned a home and you walk to your basement door and go, it smells odd, you walk downstairs and the kids' toys are floating, that's what you want to avoid. Back to you, Chick.
A problem. You can customize the perfect system for your compound in just a few minutes. Just go to simplysafetom.com, and this is the do-it-yourself home security system we've been telling you about. And if you go to simplysafetom.com today, claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafetom.com.
It's great.
Yep.
When the water hits the floor, when you open the door, it's a flooding. Okay, get that sump pump check too. By the way, just tell them a friend told you to do it. Okay. When we come back, I've got an interesting thing I want to mention about the American Basketball Association. Some really interesting, good news for you, and a really, really cool thing. Also, we've got fish news, Pope news, toddler news, cheeseburgers in the news. This is great. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Good morning. I'm Mark Allison. You are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7 on a Thursday. It's May 19th. On the way, West Coast Mountain correspondent Al Jackson. He'll be along with a quiz for Tom. Get him a little more street, urban, and hip, if that's at all possible. Plus your emails, and we may have more Bob and Tom Show puppets. Check out bobandtom.com with the latest Smack Tom. And I keep hearing word there could be a new puppet show. But again, no guarantees and no promises here. Those puppets, they are hard to find at times, but you can check them out now at bobandtom.com. Al Jackson on a Thursday, and you stay tuned, get another cup of coffee, and let's do it. Come on. Pew, 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 pew. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News. Eric Clapton has tested positive for COVID-19. The veteran singer and critic of coronavirus vaccines and restrictions has now canceled 2 shows in Europe. Zurich and Milan will have to be rescheduled. Clapton, 77, tested positive after a show in London on May 8th. He plans to resume the tour tomorrow in Bologna, Italy. Since the coronavirus hit, Eric has become one of the most outspoken celebrities against pandemic lockdowns and COVID-19 vaccines. But even as he griped about COVID, he did get 2 doses of the vaccine, but complained that he had such severe reactions he feared he'd never play guitar again. And Elton John is winding down his career as a touring musician, but you fans are going to be able to get a close-up look at that process because Disney's working on a film that will be the definitive look at John's life and career. It will include unseen archive footage, new interviews, and footage from his last North American show at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles in November. No release date has yet been set. And The Greatest Show on Earth is making a comeback, this time without the animal acts that caused it to be quote-unquote canceled 5 years ago. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey say talent teams have fanned out across the globe to recruit more than 1,000 performers to take part in a 50-city North American tour. It's due to start in September of next year. The circus will also expand to do some international dates once it gets reestablished. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio, a family man, a clean liver. Now, when you're on stage, Jim, you don't do a blue kind of show, do you?
I'm very clean and kind of, I talk about cake for like an hour because, cake's an important topic.
Cake, tell me about cake.
Well, there's a lot of different. Cake's a powerful food. Cake can actually bring people together. It's Bill's birthday. Yeah, I hate that guy. There's cake in the conference room. Well, I should say hello.
Who am I to pass judgment on him?
It's his big day. There's so many types of cake. There's rum cake, which makes sense because we've all been eating cake and thought, this needs booze. Shot of liquor. I don't have time to eat and drink. There's fruit cake. That's a bit of a disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think that would be better. Fruit, good.
Right.
Cake, great.
Right.
Fruit cake, nasty crap.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Have you tried fruit cake? I don't even think that's fruit in there. You're like, when is that, a Skittle?
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I had to call you guys today about that Zone 4 passenger that climbed out on the wing last week. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, in Chicago, was taxiing to the gate. He jumped out of the plane.
I mean, my God, I know nobody wants to work anymore, but whatever happened to all the sky marshals? Were them on break when this went down? We need marshals more than ever. We need to start arming these sky hags with tasers. God knows there's already a 7-day waiting period on my Fresca.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's program 24/7.
Sex is so prevalent in our society that nobody mentions what happens if you keep having it. I think every porno movie should end with Hypatia Lee giving birth to triplets. Just as a disclaimer, So everybody knows, what you get, But I'm a stepfather, too. Which I've been for a few years now. And if you're not a step-parent, you don't realize the warmth and rewards that you get for the warm, loving feeling. And it's, I hate you. Okay, here's some more money. You're not like my real dad. That's right. You can find me. Track down your real deadbeat dad and have him pay for these Barbie accessories,
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Bob and Tom all the time in your ear.
Comedian Greg Fitzsimmons has joined us in the studio. You're a New Yorker.
Yeah.
How's that going?
New York's good. Not bad. It's a strange place because no matter where you work or what you do, you come in contact with freaks. I worked at a gas station for a couple of years, and the guy I worked with, strange man, former porno movie star from the 70s.
Really?
Yeah, he'd get confused every time he'd fill the tank. Halfway through, he'd pull it out and spray it all over the car. We lost a lot of good petrol.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 20.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin, resplendent in gingham this morning.
I love
in
that
the
shirt.
Performance room.
That's a shirt my guy would wear.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Open Gingham style.
Whoa. Resplendent in gingham sounds like a new HBO.
It's a great title.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
How you doing? You all right?
Good.
That opening salvo was a little much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline, hot phone.
Howdy.
He's also got that joke, in quotes, joke of the day coming up from Omaha Steaks.
Oh, it's called a belly buster.
There's Willie Griswold.
A belly buster, Chick.
I'm Chick McGee at the sports desk, and here's Tom.
Well, Ace, here we go.
What? Not now.
The Ace Cosby joke of the day got me a date.
Really?
According to this writer. I matched with a woman on Bumble. Her profile.
I thought you said you mashed with a woman, which is it's a thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
When you mash?
It's an old term. And like in a subway, something?
What?
That kind of...
It's making out, isn't it?
Mash?
Yeah, did you two mash last night? Isn't that slime?
I think it is.
No, that sounds like she was on top and she got, you know what I'm talking
I've
about?
never heard this.
Snog.
Or you were on bottom and got smashed, bashed.
Oh, smash. That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
Smash.
The kids love saying smash shit.
Smash, not mash, Tom. Go ahead. Sorry.
Didn't even get 10 words out.
Oh, you know how we feel.
I know.
I'm having. I admit I'm having a little bit of trouble talking.
What happened last night?
Well, yeah, I was on my bicycle.
Yeah.
And I was going up the hill, and one of my girls, Finn, was next to me, and suddenly the gear slipped. And thus shoving the seat vertically into my crotch. Therefore, since the A bone's connected to the B, my testicle is now in my throat.
Oh, boy.
Then I had to disembark, if you will. And, of course, the chain fell off, and then I'm standing there in the hill.
How close were you?
Trying to find a stick.
How close were you to checking your own oil? Did that almost happen?
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've learned my lesson. I've got to take rubber gloves with me to get the chain back on. My fingers are probably still covered in grease.
I don't want to get dirty.
The point is, you don't want to get that grease all over your fingers, then try to ride your... Never mind. Where was... this is from the Bob and Tom text file this morning. Ace's joke got me a date, our writer writes. I matched with a woman on Bumble, and her profile said she enjoys a good laugh. I opened with Ace's recent joke about the donuts, and she said she'd never laughed harder. We're going out this weekend. Thank you, Ace Cosby.
Okay.
Now, I suppose we could recreate this for those that missed the joke.
Wait a minute. There are three things going on here. At least three things. She's obviously hideous and hard to look at. She can't, she doesn't have a sense of humor at all.
Though she has a sense of humor.
She's desperate. She's... I've never laughed harder.
Now, a rare treat.
She's ringing a bell in a tower somewhere.
We're going to revisit an Ace Cosby joke of the day to help you get a date.
About the store?
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
You're not going to believe this. I found a store that only sells donuts and bagels.
Donuts and bagels? What's the store?
It's called Whole Foods.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
I guess it doesn't get the big laughs that it gets the first time you
Tom, you should never insult a donut.
You should never insult a donut.
Why? Some of them have feelings.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of
Like
the day.
mustard or jelly.
What he meant to say was some of them have fillings.
You got to put a little mustard on that one.
Tom knows humor.
I think he meant to say fillings. Where was I?
I think that counts. That was the joke of the day. Brought to you by Omaha Steaks. Spring is here. Grilling season has arrived. Visit omahasteaks.com today. Type BTS in the search bar. Order the Omaha Steaks Spring Grilling Pack right now.
Yummy. No, I think we're going to get another full joke of the day with the intro and the outro coming up.
You could have stopped me before I did that then.
That's okay. We have to get to the sporting scene.
Don't have to.
In a minute. Well, I want to say something on a fun note.
You're really not missing anything.
You were talking about the NBA. Back in the day, there was the ABA, the American Basketball Association.
The red, white, and blue ball.
And there's a great book out there called We Changed the Game. And it's about how the NBA that you see today, a lot of that stuff came from the ABA. For example, the three-point shot. The ABA, those that are fans, it really did mix things up, and it was a lot of fun. There's a situation in which some of the players from that era did not get a pension. And there's a fund out there trying to help out these guys. And many of them are already deceased, but there's some hanging in there, and we're trying to help them out. And I was talking to Bob Nedelicki, and we set up a thing not too long ago called the Netto's hats and shirts, and we sell them on our website, and we give the money to this special fund. What's cool about it is, I mean, if anybody can get a shirt that has like a Nike swoosh or Adidas shoes, but a Netto's hat or shirt, that's something cool and special, and only people who know what it is know what it is. So it's like a private club you can join. But there's another thing happening right now that is really cool. It's funny because Christy and I were talking about this off the air yesterday. You can get a beautiful ABA basketball, which, as you recall, very colorful, the beautiful logos, et cetera, and the proceeds will benefit this special fund. It's a really cool thing.
Cool.
We've got a link if you go to bobandtom.com, and it's I can actually just tell you the name of this. If you've got someone it's impossible to buy a gift for, but they're a big sports fan, especially from that era, early 70s. It's Lana Sports, LANA, lanasports.com, and you can get actually a bunch of signed stuff from some of these basketball greats like Julius Erving, et cetera, but also you can just get a pure ball, and really, really cool. And again, it's a benefit project for the Dropping Dimes Foundation, which is out there to try to get this pension thing organized for some of these gents who really were instrumental in the game you see today. And there's a great book about it called "We Changed the Game" by the late great Robin Miller and Bob Nedelicki. And this is the season where you think a lot about Robin if you're a race fan, because he was certainly one of the great, one of the poets, if you will, of the reportage in the world of motorsports. On a serious note, though, check it out. It's really cool. And we've got links, and you can get the Netto stuff on the Bob and Tom website. A lot of fun, and once again, a really cool benefit project. I wouldn't ask you to do it if it wasn't something I would do. We're giving all that money away, by the way. Now, we turn to the brighter side of sports.
We got playoff action last night, Tom, in the NBA and the NHL. Let's start in the association first. The Golden State Warriors. They call them the Dubs, Tom. Do you get that? The Dubs? Actually, that's one of the team names I wanted Washington to use. The Dubs.
As a real name?
Yeah. The Dubs.
Standing for what?
W. Washington. W.
Yeah,
Warriors.
that's cool.
Dubs.
And now people call, they'll say, getting one in the W column. They'll say, we're getting a dub.
Getting the dub.
It connotes winning.
Al Jackson's not the only one trying to get you hip. I mean, we can all help if you're willing to learn.
Yeah, I see. When you said dub, I was thinking when you overdub dialogue.
Be honest. You were thinking about Dub Taylor, weren't you?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Dub Taylor is? He's an actor, right? He's I'm unfamiliar. Amazing character actor. If you saw him, you know who he was.
Okay.
He was Mr. Furley in Three's Company. Anyway, that's not true.
That's not true.
No. Golden State wins last night. Game 1, 112-87 over the
Dubs.
No, the Dubs win. They beat Dallas, the M's.
The Mavs.
The Mavs, that's right. And
the Ricks.
The amazing Luka.
Like the Ning.
The Tampa Bay Lightning. See, you're getting there. You know what's happening. You know what's going on. You know just enough to be dangerous. Luka had 20 points, and he lives, on the second floor.
He eats pizza. He likes to get pizza at the mall.
That's exactly
His name
right.
is Luka.
I like the Luka pizza at the mall.
Huh?
And the
I love that
breadsticks?
song.
Yeah.
I love that song.
You do.
Suzanne Vega?
It's a great song.
Wow.
My name is Luka. That's a
I
brilliant
believe
song.
she's the only musical artist named after a Chevrolet model of car.
Who knew?
I bet that's not true.
Well, there might have been
Vega?
an Arnell Caprice, now that I'm thinking
It was
about it.
Alita Ford.
Oh, yeah.
I did say Chevrolet automobile.
Explain to Josh. You specifically did say a General Motors product.
That's exactly
Chevrolet.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
Why
Who can
did you
forget?
talk in the 6
Who can
o'clock
forget
hour?
Ted Oldsmobiles?
Johnny Cougar?
Great cover.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Cougar would be not be a Chevrolet product. That would also be under the Ford umbrella, but a good choice.
Okay.
No, we tried.
I just was handed this. I've been listening to this song for the past 7 days. I don't know why. Other than Charlemagne meets Charles the Great. Thank you. Thank you very much. But conveniently, you're talking about Steely Dan on the unofficial Steely Dan Day.
Really?
May 19th.
What?
I guess.
Hey, 19?
May 19.
May
Hey 19. May 19.
Maybe.
Okay. I'm a fan.
That was cute.
You are not allowed to roll your eyes at any sort of pun. You know that.
Okay, sorry.
Let's see. And yesterday I was talking about giving dogs pills. That's right. My little Aussie Ruby's sick, and I need to give her pills. And if you can give an Australian Shepherd a pill and they take it, you're automatically picked up by men and you become a Navy SEAL. This gentleman has 2 Great Danes, both over 130 pounds. My trick is to wrap the pill in a slice of chicken or ham, and they eat it right up. Well, of course they would.
Yeah, but I see some dogs have this sort of, it's like a great magician with a really good card trick where they do all this stuff, and all of a sudden you look at the ceiling and the card's up there. I have a dog that you could wrap a pill in ground beef. She'll chomp it around for a while, and all of a sudden, and the pill comes out. The best tip I thought we had yesterday was if you've got a dog that's sitting by the dinner table, just waiting for something to drop on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Shove the pill in a hot dog or whatever, and then pretend that you accidentally knocked it off the table, because those are the ones they go for quick.
That is a great idea.
I got it.
It's right here. Hey, Pat, don't you have a dog song about
I have a couple.
Sitting around a house?
I do.
Or something. Yeah, I love that song. Jonathan Edwards made it famous, but you sing it about a dog.
Hey, Pat needs the keyboard.
Down for a second.
Down for a second. He's plugging it in. Let's not argue among the company. See, I consider our listeners company. Don't you? Have invited them over. And
I consider us company to the listeners.
Oh.
That's right. We're their guests.
Excuse us, man.
That's right. We are your guests.
Yeah.
Would you make us breakfast this morning?
So let's not.
And we'd like to apologize for Christy fouling your
toilet
parlor bathroom.
Oh, yeah,
Christy, why do you need breakfast this morning?
Because I'm hungry.
Wait a minute. You mean, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Revere and the Raiders.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
trying to have a
Hungry like
salad for dinner last night never works.
Do you
wake
think-
up so
Do
hungry.
you think there's someone out there who's kept track of all of our goofy catchphrases that we've had over the years?
I'm
I
sure.
can't remember the ones from last week.
Me either.
Yeah, that would be handy if we had that. Are you ready, Pat? You have a song about puppy dogs?
Yeah, we were talking about the dogs and their use of the CBD oil. Remember, Tom?
Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
yeah. There's that's a big thing now. The CBD, and even in the world of veterinary medicine, and we had an interesting study about that. I do want to take this opportunity to point out that Pat's album is currently #1. That's right, the new Pat Godwin album called "Captured Live" on the Amazon charts. It's #1 in the comedy charts, ahead of Mr. Louis C.K. live at the Madison Square Garden. That's a great honor, Pat. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Gonna chase a few squirrels, hop your girlfriend's leg, sniff a couple of strangers' butts, then I'll fart bargain big. I'm gonna lay around the doghouse mama and put a good buzz on. That's right. It's tough to roll a doobie with these paws. I just can't do it. I stole my master's stash. Can't look high. Last time he knew it. I'm gonna lay around the doghouse mama and put a good buzz on. Let me hear you one time now. Oh, play, baby.
Rut-row reefer.
Gonna lay around the doghouse, mama, put a good buzz on. Oh, the CBD gets you. Yeah, I wish I had a pizza. I'm too stoned to chase those birds. I could eat a case of White Castles, but I'll settle for these turds. Oh, lay around the doghouse, mama.
Chick asked for it.
Good buzz on.
Oh, you really hit that last note. Very nice.
According to this article, the CBD oil for dogs is still, I guess the jury is still out.
Yeah. Sometimes they use it for like a calming effect.
I got you.
Yeah.
But there are CBD dog treats. One of them is called FOMO Bones.
FOMO Bones?
Yeah. That's weird.
Oh, I bet. Do you give that to the dog if it's like a puppy? And when you leave the house, if that upsets the puppy, do you maybe give him one of those bones that helps him chill out?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Oh, because
That's
they're missing
exactly
out on
right.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh.
We had the dog
They
in the
miss you.
apartment. Oh, my goodness. He would bark and bark and bark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's a thing out there. But like I said, this I'm not sure. Ask your vet, see what they have to say. But I know it's a bitch trying to teach your bitch to use one of those vape pens.
Oh.
That is, that's a bitch. See, that's a female dog. I'm sorry.
That's a real bitch.
Hoping Josh would pick up on that since that's his word of the week again.
That's your problem, right?
What's that?
If you had to distill it down to one problem, people are...
Oh, but I mean, the real problem is these bitches.
That Josh Arnold's a smart guy.
Speaking of which, once again, Josh and Willie, Illy in New York, Saturday only catch-a-tours, and it's my understanding, a buffet and a show.
That's right.
I almost want to go and ride in the back seat and take notes while they're driving in a closed, cramped car for 10
Just record it, man.
Yeah. I just feel bad for Josh because he's not an eat before the show guy, and I am. And I go on first, so I'm going to eat before the show, watch Josh, eat while I watch Josh.
Oh, don't feel bad.
And he's not even going to have a meal until he gets off stage.
Yeah, no, you can have my serving.
Oh, thank you, man.
No.
How far in the drive do you think, Josh, before Josh says, just sit there and be quiet. Don't say anything.
Ohio.
Nothing.
Real quick.
Would you like to take? Would you want to borrow my Suburban? A little more roomy.
No.
Oh, I think we'll be okay.
You'll need a bale of money.
I was going to say.
It's like $130 to fill it up right now.
Yeah.
The Suburban and the company card they might be up for. That's some gas, huh? We're going to come right back with a look at the NHL last night. And one of my favorite hockey families, Matthew Tkachuk, this time. I love the Tkachuks.
I like it. I just think it's great on the West Coast with a lot of, the cultural diversity of the West Coast. And the Matthew Tkachuk, of course.
They call him the teller.
Matthew Tkachuk and Matthew Tkachuk. Tkachuk and Tkachuk. What would they open? Ka-ching. I said ka-ching, did I? Never mind.
Just got to hit the ing really hard, like the lightning.
I'm sorry. Maybe today's the day I go home. Maybe today's the day I get home and I find my special box of awesome.
Oh, wouldn't that be a great way to pick your spirits up?
Oh, after being here with him, wouldn't that be nice?
The box of awesome. It's from Bespoke Post. It's a bunch of gifts for you. How do they know what you want, though, Chick?
Well, you go online at boxofawesome.com, and there's a quiz. You take a quiz.
Yes.
Take the quiz.
Take the quiz. And Josh has some examples of what you might find in your box of awesome.
Well, maybe you'd like the Slash. That's right. The knife in the Slash box is made by Bare Bones, based in Salt Lake City.
See, now there's one of those small up-and-coming businesses that Bespoke Post focuses on.
That's exactly right. You could use it camping, or you could use it in your yard. You can use it for a lot of things.
That's right. You can dress the deer right there in your garage with your new knife, all of this stuff. Plus, with each box of awesome, it's from a small up-and-coming brand. I just said that. Thank you. 20% off your first monthly box, too, when you sign up. Of course, we got you a deal. Go to boxofawesome.com. Enter the code Bob and Tom at checkout, and voila, 20% off your first box at boxofawesome.com with the code Bob and Tom from Bespoke Post.
Thank you very much, Chick.
You're welcome.
Now, also coming up today, we have some fascinating news about cheese sandwiches and cheeseburgers.
Really?
And a warning. This is really scary. You know those big foam noodles by the pool?
Yeah, sure.
Of course.
Warning from authorities in Texas. When you pick those up, be careful. There may be a rattlesnake inside.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Well, that's terrifying.
Yeah. So we're going to give you the details on that and more. It's all coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
Are you a computer geek?
No. I see. I didn't grow up with computers. That's why children have the advantage. They slip out the womb. They're born with a password.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you look at the ultrasound, you see the sex of the child whose internet provider is going to be.
So you're an email guy then?
Oh, no. Well, I check my email. I never get real emails. They're all junk. I got a junk box, and the junk box is like, look, we don't even have time to sort out this stuff. And it's all burn DVDs, lose weight, consolidate debt, and then be like, young teen sluts, whores, triple X. Thousands of it. And then I got a weird one in the middle that says, do you need a birdhouse? And I actually got that. And I'm like, who's the birdhouse guy? And then every day I get this email, Jim, do you want to enlarge your penis?
Yep.
And how did I get on the small Willy email list? That is the real problem.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hope you're having a good Thursday morning. Thanks so much for tuning in here on Bob and Tom 24/7. You know, you can always email us. We love to hear from our listeners, those out there that want a junior win bag us. Send us requests of a bit or a comedy ha-ha that you haven't heard in a while you'd like to hear again. Perhaps share with coworkers or friends. Let us know. Just put it in the request line why you want to hear it or not. We don't care. Just send it in. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. We get all your email. We check it out. We sort it out. We send it to who's who. And who knows, it could end up in front of Tom with him reading your email on the air and playing your request. Oh, sure, it may be a week or two, but you never know. Keep tuned in all the time because we could be talking about your email right here on the Bob and Tom Show. Again, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Shares have declined in Europe and Asia after a broad retreat on Wall Street, driven by worries over the impact of persistent high inflation on corporate profits and consumer spending. U.S. futures lower while oil prices advanced. Japan reported its imports surged in April on higher energy costs and a weaker yen. The sell-off on Wall Street followed the release of dismal results from retailer Target that added to fears inflation battering U.S. companies. Target lost a quarter of its value, dragging other retailers lower after saying its profit fell by half in the latest quarter as costs for freight and transportation have spiked. Massachusetts has reported a case of monkeypox in a man who recently traveled to Canada. Health officials said Wednesday they're looking into whether the case connected to small outbreaks in Europe. Monkeypox typically limited to Africa. The rare cases in the U.S. and elsewhere usually linked to travel there. Small number of confirmed or suspected monkeypox cases have been reported this month in the United Kingdom, Portugal, and Spain. Health officials said the U.S. case poses no risk to the public. The Massachusetts resident hospitalized in good condition last year. Texas and Maryland each reported a case of people who had traveled to Nigeria with monkeypox. That's a look at things you may have missed, including monkeypox. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
That is MC. My rhymes are fat. I cock my Glock, biatch.
True dat.
For schnizzle my izzle dog, keep on playing.
We have no idea what he's saying.
The bomb is ain't no joke, it's gangster folk.
Oh, he's the bomb, this ain't no joke, it's gangster folk.
Oh, word. Peace out.
Yeah, big dog.
Woo! Thank you, Willie G. Thank you, Willie G.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Yours truly, Artie Whiskey, frontier golfer with another true tale from the Old West.
Really?
As you know, I'm quite the avid golfer. I go out just about every day and play 18. One afternoon, I decided to head on home after 9 holes. Well, much to my surprise, I mosey up to my house and I see another buggy in the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I kind of sneak in the house and I find my wife in bed with another fella. I was rather upset.
I can see that.
I grabbed the guy, got him in a headlock, dragged him down into the garage, grabbed him by the manhood, stuck it in a vise, and squeezed it real tight.
Uh-huh.
He started screaming, "Oh, Artie, you're not going to cut it off, are you?" I said, "No, you are. I'm going to set the garage on fire."
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
They put the F in professional.
Nick Griffin's our guest. I'm glad that
I'm glad everything's okay now. Yeah.
Now, are you dating at all? Do you see anyone? Are you?
No, I don't. I mean, I tried. You know, they're doing that internet dating, which.
Have you tried that?
I have tried it, yeah, but I just don't. I don't see a future in it because there's no story if you do get married with your kids. You know, I was checking the box score and then I double clicked on your mom's head.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening
on Georgetown.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. How about you? There's Christy Lee.
Hi, Chick McGee.
In purple. She's wearing a purple shirt.
Yeah. Workout day.
There's Pat Godwin. That's his name.
Hello, Chick.
He's hanging out. We're singing Sealy dance songs to each other in the break room.
Man, good
it's really a glorious day. There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
At the old sidekick chair.
Oh, yeah.
He's the old sidekick. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Man in the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold and his Then Came Bronson black T-shirt. I like it. I like it very much.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Isn't that nice? I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee.
Yes,
we were dipping our toes into the world of sports.
Yeah, Golden State won last night, taking game one over Dallas, 112-87 in San Francisco at the Chase Center. And just a personal note to Chase, that payment is in the mail. It is on the way.
Yeah.
I forgot. 4 months in a row, I forgot. So I apologize.
We all forget stuff.
We all forget. I got a busy life. Not as busy as Tom's, of course.
No.
And in the NHL, Ian Cole's goal completed the Carolina Hurricanes comeback 2-1 overtime win over the New York Rangers in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup second round series. What do we say about the Stanley Cup, Tom?
Stanley, give me that cup.
And over there in Calgary, Alberta, Matthew Tkachuk registered the hat trick, and that's actually what one of the goals sounded
Is he
like.
a Canuck Kachuk?
Kachuk. I think he is a Canuck. Canuck Kachuk.
Part of a hockey dynasty there.
Yeah, there's like I don't know how many Kachuk there's are, but there's a lot of Kachucks.
How many Kachucks can chuck a puck?
Oh,
if Chuck could chuck a puck.
You walk out there, there's more than two of them. You are Kachucked, my friend.
Yeah, you are.
You got no
There's
choice
got to be a Kachuk expert out there who knows how many Kachucks there were and are, and where they played, and the records they hold.
Oh yeah, knows a lot.
Do they play polo?
They are.
Do they play polo and a chucker?
A chucker? How many chuckers going to chuck? Again, this is going to end badly.
They are.
Oh, you're afraid one of us is going to say
Fred Kachuk.
Bless his heart, after all this time, he still cares. He kind of raised up. Oh,
he did.
Yeah, they're famous fudge store.
Fudge Kachuk?
Kachuk's fudge.
Oh,
yeah, see, this is. I told you it's going to end badly. Young broadcasters, don't do this.
They are the Mannings of Canada and the NHL.
Yeah, not
every
quite,
commercial you see.
I think so.
Insurance,
it's one of those
pizza.
It's one of those Kachucks.
That does fascinate me, though, because the Antetokounmpos, there's 3 in the NBA.
Yep.
The Holiday Brothers, 3 in the NBA. It is fascinating. There are these athletic families where everyone just kind of gets in line, knows what they're doing.
Genetics, huh? Boy, that Gregor Mendel had something, didn't he?
Joe DiMaggio.
Okay, never.
Dom DiMaggio.
Huh? How would you like to be Joe DiMaggio's little brother?
Yeah.
That would be
probably be okay.
A sad, even you think his runoff?
I think being Joe was tough.
You think?
Yeah,
I don't
heartbroken.
know.
Yeah, he was heartbroken.
called him,
she left him, right?
Yeah. Well, but hung like a show pony. He's playing center field in New York City. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably never.
It's almost like
called
he needs
him a room service Joe.
It's almost like
he couldn't
needs
go anywhere.
2 baseball bats.
Really?
You don't want to be famous like that.
No, I don't have to worry about that.
It is. Trust me, that's hard.
Calgary winning.
Now, if Josh had his way, I'm not saying I disagree. Your OnlyFans fame would be something you might really wrap your arms around, because you'd be getting so much money you could travel by private jet.
Yeah, apparently Christy hates money, so she won't have an OnlyFans.
Nope. Who is it? Just Some famous person just did an OnlyFans account. Gosh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The famous ones are never fun. They're just like posting bikini pictures.
Oh, really?
Yeah, give me like the cashier in a Target 2 towns over. That's what
It was somebody who was in Playboy, though, so it might be somebody that you...
I like to
just saw
refer to
this
them.
yesterday.
I have my own sort of nomenclature. Clam shots.
Oh, yeah, no clam shots of the celebs.
You want a doctor visit, don't you? That's what you want to see.
Yeah.
Not a fan of the
I want to see
plans.
stirrups.
He types more gynecological.
That's probably a fetish.
Godwin just yelled out, "I want to see stirrups." Did you hear that?
That's what made me say. I bet that's probably an actual thing.
Oh, my gosh. Anyway, where were we?
You were talking about the Kachucks.
Kachucks in Calgary, the Flames, 9-6 winners last night over the
You better explain why you keep saying Calgary or we're going to get a lot of mail.
Because Barry Melrose, number one in my heart as far as the world of hockey goes.
And the best greasy mullet I've ever seen.
He rocks that mullet. You got to hand it to him. He wears his jackets a little too long. It kind of like 22 Skidoo, those guys. Almost needs a big long chain for a watch. And
Johnny Cash used to do that. I like that.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah, he did. That's right.
Yeah, there's got to be a reason he does that. I wonder what it is.
I think one of his arms is shorter than the other. Anyway, Barry Melrose.
I like the way you speculate with absolutely no evidence.
Yeah, Barry Melrose.
It's a good quality in today's world of news. Just speculation with no
You're
facts.
hired.
No facts. There's several stations will hire you both on the right and the left.
I'm going to host. He says Calgary. And if it's good enough for Barry Melrose, it's going to be good enough for me. So get off.
You know, we've gotten letters, Chick, that people are annoyed that you say the lanch as opposed to the abs.
Oh, really?
Most of the time it's the abs. I have heard lanch.
I've heard lanch.
But I say keep it up.
Well, there's the avs and then there's the
have-nots.
Yeah, for sure.
Pat.
Sorry.
I hate it. That was so
I love it.
Pat,
Yes.
I don't know why someone just mentioned Johnny Cash, but I think this is an excuse for you to play your Johnny Cash tribute, if you don't mind. This does need a short setup, and I don't have it in front of me, but I can remember. It was a town that they had just finished like a $300,000 remodel on their water tower. I've always been a big fan of water towers, and I like it when they do something special on them. And in this particular town, was it the birthplace of Mr. Cash?
Yes.
And there was a giant mural on top of the water tower of the man in black.
And it is hysterical.
Did you see the video?
Yeah.
It's top 10 funniest thing I've ever seen.
Somebody apparently took a rifle and took very careful aim, and they put a bullet right in the crotch area.
And water is jetting out.
It looks like Mr. Cash is peeing all over the grounds at this water tower. And I believe you have a tribute?
Oh, yeah. Johnny is a mural on a water tower. Shot right in the weenie. Looks like he's watering the flowers. Put that shooter in prison and throw away the key. But that mural keeps going. Looks like it's taking a pee. All right. Try and be a good man. It's like I told my son, don't break lamps at Tom's house, start fires, play with guns. They shot a water tower in Arkansas right through Johnny's crotch. Now it leaks all day and night, and people stop to watch.
Bow, 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 bow. That's it's a silhouette of the famous Man in Black. According to the Kansas City Star, it's in Kingsland, Johnny Cash's birthplace.
They caught the guy
in Arkansas. They caught the guy.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I didn't know.
I didn't
we'll
know that
update you with
either.
that when we come back. Thank you, legendary voice of Ace Cosby. Also coming up, the true, the real, the new Ace Cosby joke of the day. The one that's going to count. Plus, in the news, we have plants that are somewhat phallic-like. Cheeseburgers.
And if you like frozen pizza, I've got a great recipe for it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm all
Wait till you
ears.
see this. I sent you the picture of it, Tom. It's
Okay.
going to be amazing.
Very good. Thank you very much. That's all coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
You can find us on Twitter at Bob and Tom, or you can email us at bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Guy, it's Ken Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know.
Hey, Ken Tarmac wanted me to tell you his friend Donnie Baker is going to be at the Blue Room in Springfield, Missouri, coming up tonight through Saturday night. That's May 19th through May 21st. DonnieBaker.com for more information. The Blue Room in Springfield, Missouri. I know you'll show up for Donnie Baker as he makes a couple nights of it right there at the Blue Room in Springfield, Missouri. Again, DonnieBaker.com for tickets and information. Rolling through a Thursday morning, Al Jackson on the way right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom News Desk. President Joe Biden has invoked the Defense Production Act to speed up the production of infant formula and authorize flights to import supply from overseas. The moves announced yesterday come as Biden faces mounting political pressure over a domestic shortage caused by the safety-related closure of the country's largest formula-making plant. The Defense Production Act requires suppliers to fulfill orders quickly. For many Americans, big box stores like Target were go-to places during the pandemic. They were open, convenient, and provided essentials and other stuff that helped us endure. Now, though, Target is more like the don't-go-to place, and that's been reflected in the company's sales. Target reports its profits fell 52% compared to the same period last year. As the pandemic eases, people seem to have returned to more normalized spending. And the true definition of man or woman's best friend is in this story. Erin Wilson was walking along the Trinity River in Northern California Monday with Eva, her 2.5-year-old Belgian Malinois. As they made their way down a path, a mountain lion lunged at Wilson, scratching her shoulder. She yelled for Eva, and she dashed to her aid, taking on the cougar. The cougar did get the better of Eva after grabbing her head in its powerful jaws. A man just happened to come along at that time and pepper sprayed the cougar, causing it to run away. Eva is in guarded condition, and Wilson and her husband hope she'll pull through. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hi, man, this is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
All right, this magician, he gets his job on a cruise ship. So he's working his cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. So every night he does his act. Well, by the third night, the parrot starts figuring out his magician's act. So he starts heckling the magician, and, it's in his sleeve. It's under his hat. His assistant has it. So that night, they hit an iceberg, and the ship goes down. The magician wakes up floating on a piece of driftwood, and the parrot is sitting on the end of the driftwood, and they stare at each other for 2 days and don't say a word. They just look at each other all mad. Finally, the bird goes, "I give. Where's the boat?"
Oh, yeah. Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Well, internet porn.
Well, there's
photography. People don't go, photography. People don't go to porn shops anymore.
No?
Because of the internet.
Oh, that's
But I think you miss out on the social aspect.
Is there a social aspect to that?
Yeah, well, you avoid eye contact. Try to hide your titles. Tranny. Oh, no, I was working on my car. The other day, though, I was watching gay porn.
Uh-oh.
No, wait, I'm sorry. I was watching pro wrestling.
You guys can't see the camera, but Christy just
I have very
like she was
small
getting ready
hands.
to eat a giant Subway sandwich.
Right. Yeah, by the
At
way,
a 60
Christy,
degree
I
angle.
think maybe the reason it's been a while since you had a date is if that's your standard, we're going to need a horse.
No.
Oh, my gosh.
No.
Did you see her hands?
Yeah, she
does
very well
like
for herself.
She was
holding a
about to
football.
drop whatever she was imagining because the grasp was so wide.
I was thinking of a sausage roll.
Yeah. Well,
Not
okay.
a penis.
Well, all right.
Show us how you hold the penis.
Do the penis hold, Christy.
Now we're going to get arrested again. Stop it.
Depends on if it's one hand or two.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Day and race day broadcast coming up.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi. Howdy. Hello.
You all right over there?
Yeah.
Cramping up? What's going on?
Good.
Charlie Horse?
Yeah, I'm good.
Rub her calf there, Josh.
Need a calf rub?
No, that's all right.
Okay.
I might like it too much.
Sexy.
I know you.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
I got a spasm right here.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, the taint?
Is there anything? Is whoever? See, this is one of those comments. The guy who wrote, if you will, does this feel swollen to you?
Yes.
That to me, that's brilliant. And it just got.
And he just got another phone call from HR.
Unfairly persecuted.
You think there's a guy out there who goes, "Oh, I'll say that every day to the women who work for me." I don't know who that guy is, but there's Josh Arnold. Hi. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
What up?
And I'm Chick McGee with a special report from Willie Griswold and the NBA.
Oh, we really
we'll have that when,
should be boring.
when we come around to the sports.
Did you just say should be boring?
Well, for me, I'm not really.
All
I know
right.
people like it, so
I mean, Josh he's all hockey.
All hockey all the time.
And I told you I was going to get you and your brothers tickets to a St. Louis Blues game.
Yes, thank you.
You could work this out.
Yeah, hopefully we can, but the scheduling is just impossible.
Okay, well, we'll see. You can take a couple days off if you have to. Go on a weeknight. Give us a full report the next morning.
Okay. See, that's the assignment.
Yes,
yeah,
this is the caveat that comes.
You can't get up and in your hungover haze give us a quick phone call?
No. You know what you have to do? You have to insist that he has a picture at the hockey game. Where do they play, the Blues? What's the name of the arena?
The Enterprise Center.
Oh.
Yeah, I know the St.
Louis.
I wanted to know. The Enterprise Center is what I was looking for. You are all turd. Of him.
These are the adventures of the Starship Enterprise.
Of Josh as Sir Dude, the party night.
Well, but then
St. Louis Blues.
But then I'd have to go through the Sir Dude can't just appear. You have to do the ritual.
That's
how many beers does he have?
To summon.
Is it 12 beers?
Yes, it's a full 12 pack.
But you don't drink that much anymore. I feel like 8 will get you there,
kill you.
right?
But you have to personally be drinking the beers from the Sir Dude
box
helmet, if
you
will.
And then you take the box, cut it up a little bit, and put it on as a helmet.
Don't even cut it up. I just jam it down over my head.
And you can see out the
out the handle of the 12 pack. Yeah.
And also at a hockey game, 12 beers, that's going to cost you $120, $200.
Maybe more than that, yeah.
Tailgate. I can make it happen at the lake sometime this summer.
Cool.
Because I can start at noon.
Wow.
And then by 8 p.m.
I'm going to get the joy of seeing you escorted out by the police.
I'll have them take me somewhere.
I'm sorry. Where were we? I lost my place.
I don't. Where were we? We got to hockey. Oh, I need to tell you that in Oakland, Gary Sanchez had 3 RBIs.
That is a deep joke.
See, Gary Sanchez is a production company.
Yes.
And there's just a gun, right?
Yeah.
The logo.
I love Adam McKay and Will Ferrell, and I totally
it was their production company.
Gary Sanchez production. I fully expected the look you're giving me.
I don't understand. The company is called Gary Sanchez?
Gary Sanchez Productions. That's exactly right. And isn't it a gun and a rose or something? Is their logo or something like that? Yeah.
Why is he? And he's also the name of a baseball player?
Yes. He had 3 RBIs, and the Twins set a season high for runs, a 14-4 rout of the Oakland A's. Carlos Correa, 2 for 4 with a double in his first game since missing 11 straight. Do you think somebody would let me do that for an entire Major League Baseball game?
No.
Well, considering somebody yelled at us for doing it during one half of an inning at a minor league game.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Evansville Otters, and at one point, this guy took over for a couple of pitches, and boo!
The manager, the guy came into the booth and goes, "Hey, you need to."
You need to stop. It reminded me of when I went to San Diego, actually, and they said, "We love what you do on the Bob and Tom Show. Now stop it."
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, it was great.
I get
it. Was absolutely. I get that. I absolutely get that. And I think you just got sports. I think that's it, kids.
Really?
That's it. All done. All
right. No world records.
No world records today.
This is what you farted for.
Wherever you go, whatever you do.
Gary Sanchez.
Never forget. Always be a good sport.
Didn't you have a frozen pizza thing?
Oh, that's right.
Well, that's not necessarily sports, but did you look over your email there, Tom, and see if you can find the fattest thing I've ever done? This is from a gentleman named...
Oh, that's a good name.
Michael.
Parents were drunk when they named it.
Michael. I know Christy will hate this. It starts.
All right.
But I made a regular frozen pizza with pizza rolls on top.
What? Oh, jeez.
Okay, now he's showing it. Okay, it looks like the first photograph. He's got a regular frozen pizza. Then he covers it in pizza rolls.
Yes.
And then he covers that with more cheese.
Oh, my.
How did he have time to email us? This guy's a rocket scientist. He's probably busy just being a genius.
This guy is amazing.
And
It's a pepperoni pizza, too.
But he does say in the email, Tom, did you see what he said?
Wait, I got to go back up to the text.
I love crust. It was delicious, and this added the perfect amount of extra crust, ... But it was a lot.
And then of course he says, P.S. Ace, we cook our burgers on the stovetop more often than not.
I made some last night.
Because it's more convenient. He goes, I'm Team Ace. Now, this gets to our argument about...
Well, Ace loves pizza rolls, too, yeah.
Yeah, he does.
We were discussing making burgers and what to do when you have the burgers ready to go. The charcoal's hot, and you realize you only have hot dog buns. Very, very, very difficult situation. But Ace said, of course, he cooks his burgers inside.
You didn't say you were grilling them. You said you were making burgers. I make mine most of the time.
We simply can't go through this in a day.
This would be day 3. This would be day 3.
If we took a poll.
But this guy is his name Kale?
Michael. See, it's not easy to find his name, is it?
No.
It's up there in the body of the...
Okay, anyway, a nice... This is an interesting recipe. We'll have to find this to everybody.
It's funny you brought it up again. I have one more answer to this. Our friend Dave wrote in, and he said, I'm late to the party, but what you should do is roll each of those hamburgers into 3 small meatballs, stick them on skewers to grill, and then melt the cheese over the top. Make a cheeseburger meatball sandwich using the hot dog buns.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Oh, that is a good idea.
The best idea.
I think that might be the solution.
By a mile, that's the best
idea. That is a great idea,
So then you take the meatball, cut it in half.
No, why would you cut it in half?
So you can fit it in the bun.
No, it'll be like a meatball sub.
Like a hoagie. Like a...
Oh, I see. Oh,
yeah.
That's very clever.
This is what we mean by complicating things.
Yeah, no joke.
Dave figured this out for us.
Well, these are all great ideas. Thank you very much. We now turn to
wait a minute. We did have an NBA update from Willie, a special correspondent, Willie, from the National Basketball
boring thing.
Association. Yeah. Spencer Dinwiddie.
One of my favorite basketball players, played at Colorado while I was there.
There you go.
He's the man.
Yeah.
Spencer Dinwiddie played for the Wizards.
Okay.
And when he played for the Wizards, they weren't that great of a team. So in his contract, he had a $1 bonus incentive. Not $1 million, $1.
$1.
If his team wins an NBA title. Now that he's on the Mavs, that very well could happen. And if it does, Spencer Dinwiddie is going to get a $1 bonus.
Wow. Is that exciting? Huh?
That is my favorite story I've heard in sports in a week. That rules.
That might be my favorite sports contract story ever. Yeah. Next to the Bobby Bonilla being paid $1 million every year, or $24 million a year.
Well, I apologize, Willie. It was only a little boring.
It's interesting. That'll be fun. Maybe I think that they would add a little something extra just to be nice.
No.
Yes. Sports owners often do that kind of thing.
You know what? The one guy that is Cuban. Cuban actually is.
Yeah, you're
like
right.
That.
Well, that is true.
Or as I call him, Cubes.
Oh, do you?
That's right.
Yeah.
He'll take my call.
No.
Cubes, McGee.
Cubes. What's up?
Little pork, little ham, butter, bread, and pickles.
I have a possible world record.
Oh.
And Carmen Electra is the celeb that's on OnlyFans that just announced.
Oh, yeah. All of America was waiting for you to use theirs.
I love her. I love her record label.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, the doors were on it.
Wait a minute. Stupid world record. Possible.
This is weird. A guy in Nebraska set the world record for the most naked skydiving jumps.
Wow. It was a guy, though, right?
Yeah. His name, Ryan Knuff. K-N-O-U-F. Performed 60 jumps in nothing but his birthday suit.
Why is that funny? And he had a Knuff.
Yeah, I've had a Knuff.
Wow.
Knuff is Knuff.
Once again, the record, most naked skydiving jumps in a 24-hour period.
Do you have a guide?
Like that tandem thing?
No, this guy, he's doing it on his own.
Hey.
He said it says his skydiving friends spent the day packing and repacking parachutes, so he spent very little time on the ground.
He did it all in one day, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
In 24 hours. 60 naked jumps.
60?
There were a tent full of supporters to cheer him on.
A lot of whistling.
I bet there was.
But his friends packed his chutes, and as he was coming down.
He packed his chute. He got his chute packed,
I think his chute got packed. I think
he unpacked,
by air. Okay.
Is that a shrinkage moment, or is that a drag moment? Is it flapping in the wind, or is it going in?
Or is it like a floppy?
I think it's probably shrinking.
Yeah.
You'd be scared. It goes inside.
I don't know.
It doesn't flagella about.
Yeah, maybe the scrotum axis or like a safety chute.
Doesn't sound like a baseball card. No.
All right, now I want to talk about sleeping. Glorious sleep.
Big fan.
Think about it. If you think about sleeping when you first wake up, at least I do every day. This is actually Better Sleep Month. So this is a good opportunity for me to remind you how much I love my Sleep Number bed. Christy Lee, quick quiz. What is your sleep number setting?
45.
That means it's a kind of a soft mattress, but you can harden that baby up just with a touch of a button. Chick McGee, your mattress setting.
You can't get it any harder than I like it, Tom. I want that 100, that maximum firmness.
That is a firm mattress, my friends. Now it's time for Sleep Number's Memorial Day sale, which means you can save $1,000 on the Sleep Number 360 Special Edition Smart Bed. Queen beds now only $19.99. This is a limited time offer from our friends at the Sleep Number store.
Anything else, you're sleeping just like Abe Lincoln did. Is that the kind of technology you want to go to bed with every night? I don't think so.
Yeah, Abe Lincoln.
A box spring.
You smell,
I was like, where are you going with that?
You smell of straw, Abe. No, the Sleep Number
You'd
bed.
have to have a hole in the head to want to sleep like that.
I would have left it where we had it, but thank you.
Right.
The Sleep Number bed. Find them. sleepnumber.com/BT show.
65, my friend.
That's your Sleep Number setting. Thank you, Josh, for weighing in.
Thank you.
Either side of the bed is
What'd you
adjustable.
call him? It wasn't Josh.
At the touch of a button. Also, visit mysleep30.com for some just helpful free hints on how to get better sleep. Sleepnumber.com/BT show. Coming right back. We have beer, naked, Pope, toddler. Those are all
the
words.
same story.
No. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Really? No, seriously. Really?
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Good morning, Al Jackson on the way on this Thursday, our West Coast mountain correspondent. Why the mountain correspondent part? Well, he's in Denver, Colorado, the location of Daily Blast Live, the syndicated daytime talk show on the TV. Al Jackson, one of the co-hosts. When he's not doing that, he calls in with us on Thursdays with a quiz for Tom to get him a little more street, urban, and hip, if that's at all possible. We sure try. So does Al Jackson, also the author of a children's book, Where is Baby Ford? Available right now at aljacksonlive.com. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The Golden State Warriors open the NBA's Western Conference Finals. A 112-87 win over the Mavericks. Steph Curry, 21 points, game-high 12 rebounds, helped the Dubs hold Luka Doncic to 20 points on 6 of 18 shooting. Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole each had 19 points for the winners. NHL Stanley Cup, Ian Cole's goal completed the Carolina Hurricanes comeback, a 2-1 overtime win against the Rangers in Game 1 of their Stanley Cup second-round series in Raleigh. And in Calgary, Matthew Tkachuk registered a hat trick in Calgary's 9-6 win over the Edmonton Oilers in the opener of their Stanley Cup second-round series. Major League Baseball yesterday, Cincinnati at Cleveland postponed. American League winners, Tampa Bay, Minnesota, Boston, the Yankees, Seattle, Kansas City, and Texas. And in the National League, Milwaukee, Colorado, the Dodgers, Philly, Washington, the Mets, and Pittsburgh all win. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
And I'm not stupid. I know there's more to life than just sex. It's just none of those other things feel as good as sex. I mean, I love cookies.
Oh, yeah.
But if I do not have access to cookies, I will not rent a movie and watch two other people eat cookies.
Perfect stranger eating cookies. No.
Nothing.
No.
How do you not think about sex? Everything on TV, sex, you know, all the commercials, very beautiful women in all the commercials now. Doesn't even matter what the product is. It's just very sexual. And then you finally have sex, and it's kind of disappointing. Where's my Sprite? My new car. That's why I think women should have shelves next to their bed filled with prizes, depending on how well you did. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
Like they do at the carnival.
Sure.
They have something to shoot for, you know.
Are you going to take anything on that?
Right. I'm going to go for the Van Halen mirror tonight.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I used to have a corporate job, but I figured why should I have a job that pays $200 a day when I could be a comedian and make that in a week? All right. There we go. I like going to job interviews. They're the worst interviews. Greg, before we get started, would you like something to drink? No, thanks. Had a few beers before I came in. Do you have any experience? I don't even have an appointment. They always ask you questions where they try to make you sabotage yourself. Have you noticed that? They're like, so tell us, where do you think you could use improvement? As if you're going to say, well, I am seething with hostility. I've got a debilitating character flaw. I cannot stop throwing staple guns. Does this look like ringworm to you? You know. Tell us about yourself. Well, I've got pink eye and my foot's asleep. Got matching silverware for the plate in my head. I think I can fly. I collect ointment. What can you bring to our company? Head lice. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Next to you in the dumpster behind the airport. Where do I start? How do you like my weight belt?
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it.
I don't blame them. I'll say it like this. What I hate worse than the common flies are them little fruit flies that are always hanging around in bars or in the summer around wet dog feeders. I swear to God. They could be 1,000 miles away and somehow spot a wet dog feeder like a hawk surveying feeder mouse. They always find them. Flies are sort of badass. When you ever seen pictures of flies up close?
Weird, huh?
Yeah.
Their eyes are like mini disco balls.
Yes.
They can see over like 200 different angles. Now, I bet flies would be great billiards players if they could make sticks to fit their hands.
Good point. Yeah, they can see everything.
Silly.
I babysat a cat a couple weeks ago. No, it went in the show.
Oh,
Then he started picking his out of his litter box and dropping him in the middle of the living room floor.
Oh, this is a protest.
It did seem like some sort of action. Cats are, you know, jerks, basically.
Can be.
Cats are jerks.
Vegetarians always want to force feed you their food, of course. I mean, the garden burger. The garden burger, it tastes just like a hamburger.
No, it doesn't.
A garden burger is to hamburger what a post-op transvestite is to a woman. It looks something like it, but one whiff will tell you that's not tuna fish, it's cat food, and it's not fit for human consumption.
Hey, wait a minute.
You know you're too hot when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. So that's how you know you're too hot.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy.
There's...
How was that?
I was showing Chick how to do proper sound effects.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
You're no Michael Strahan.
That's Strahan.
Michael Winslow.
Did Bobcat tell that story on the air? Where he was at one of the Police Academy movies, and of course Winslow's in, and Michael Winslow was making noises in between takes. And Bobcat looked at him and just said, "Michael, no." That's pretty funny. There's Josh Arnold. Hi, buddy. There's Ace Cosby. Hello. There's actually Ace kind of looks a little bit like Michael Winslow, don't you think? No, I think he does. I
really don't.
You know something? This is a category I'd like to.
Yeah, chickens.
He looks more like Michael Winslow than I do.
And you look like
people
Timothy
who look
Chalamet.
like Michael Winslow for 200, please, Alex.
You know, Timothy Chalamet's like from Brooklyn or something. I thought he was like from France. Or
He's so cute.
He's a good actor. I don't get him. He looks weird.
Yeah.
He's very slight.
Next.
There's Willie Griswold, and I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much.
He's tough, but he's fair.
I want to tell you that Mr. Godwin's album, the new one, is called Captured Live.
And it's number 1 in the comedy chart right now. Very good, Pat. Just
Very
been out,
thankful and grateful.
Been out for just a week now.
It still hasn't charted on the rap charts, though.
I know.
Yeah.
Next week.
Weird.
Really? Not enough hip or hop.
That's right.
Neither. I've got one. I've got 2 words for you, Pat. With this new album, European tour. There you go. Wait a minute. Can you leave the country?
Not yet.
Come back in.
I'll have to talk to my PO.
Yeah, that's probably a problem.
We have Christy Lee. She's over there in the news area.
Yes, I am.
Anything of interest over there?
Well, in Texas, they're warning residents to look out for rattlesnakes hiding in pool noodles.
Oh.
According to the Solito, Texas Volunteer Fire Department, a family was recently spending time by the pool when a large rattlesnake fell out of a pool noodle.
Oh.
According to officials, they realized later that several baby snakes were still inside.
Oh, okay. This is just one of those. This is a freak thing.
Baby snakes.
Baby snakes.
Oh, sorry.
The department explained it's not unusual for snakes to seek out dark spaces.
Sure.
So it's best to keep your pool toys elevated or in some type of sealed container. It advised residents to check their pool noodles for snakes, and should they find any, back away from the reptiles without panicking.
Oh, yeah.
So are you going to hold it up and look in the hole and see if there's a snake in there?
See if there's a couple fangs staring at you.
Yeah. They're going to.
Well, I don't see any.
First, get rid of the pool noodle, and then get that skimmer thing they use to remove the turds you've left behind in the water.
I sort of had the same thing at the compound. This is true. I have those pleated shades, the accordion.
Right.
Yeah. And a spider got in the middle of one of those, and he was going back and forth, and I put toilet paper in one end and in both ends, and he was stuck in there going back and forth, and I finally just squished him.
By accordioning the blinds
And
closed?
by accordioning the blinds.
Oh.
The first couple times when I accorded, he survived.
Okay.
But he wasn't doing real well.
See, this is different because this is a deadly rattlesnake.
Could have been a deadly brown rat.
Could have bit my face off.
Yeah.
Chick, I have a story just as dangerous.
Okay.
I had a bee in my mailbox 3 weeks ago, and now I just haven't checked the mail for 3 weeks. So
I don't blame you for that one.
1 week ago, I had a bee fly between my eyeball and my glasses, and then just knock back and forth between my lid and glasses.
Oh, my God.
And I had to slowly just take off my glasses.
Good Lord.
Again, that could have been a bad sting, perhaps.
Yeah.
But
not a venomous snake.
Yeah, these are venomous snakes.
Sure.
Wait a minute. I didn't hear venomous. Are they venomous?
Rattlesnakes.
It's a rattlesnake.
Oh, well.
There are like 10 different,
and there were baby snakes inside there.
And they're even more venomous, right?
The baby ones?
I think so, yeah, because they have all aren't they born with all the poison in them? And
I don't know. I'm not up on
that's men and semen.
snake
What are we
stuff.
talking about? Baby snakes.
Snakes.
Baby snakes.
Come on, Tom.
Baby snakes. Baby. Gary Sanchez.
Daddy.
I don't know. That sounds like just a snake inside I'm going to be terrified now of those.
I don't know.
No,
Well,
you
first
don't
of
live in
all,
Texas.
You don't own pool noodles, do you? No.
Yes.
Why do you own pool noodles?
Oh,
you don't
you
have
take
a
them
pool.
to the you take them to the club, don't you?
My house is 100 yards away from the neighborhood pool.
Oh.
They close it off when we come by.
I have
didn't know you had a neighborhood pool. Excuse me.
It's a good one. There are many of them in this country. This is America. A lot of nice neighborhoods have a neighborhood pool.
Christy gets in one of his golf carts and drives up.
Oh, that's right.
whenever you say "This is America," I know you're lying. This is America.
I don't want to point a finger, but I imagine that there are more pools per home in your neighborhood than in mine.
Well, that's probably true.
No, but you pick up a pool noodle, there's a rattlesnake in it. That's just terrifying.
Yeah, it'd be scary, wouldn't it?
It sounds like a euphemism for like an STD. You don't go out with him, he's got a rattlesnake in the noodle.
Oh, no.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
This is Dick Hitswater sitting in for Bing Dong. And this is some other news.
What? Bing.
You talk about a scary incident. Apparently, this is updating the breaking news. Officials in Texas are warning residents the rattlesnakes could be lurking inside those big foam noodles that are a staple of fun at swimming pools. The Salado, Texas Fire Department reports that a family hanging out at the pool stumbled upon a rattlesnake when someone picked up a pool noodle. They realized later that several baby snakes were still inside. Now, that's why this reporter has done exhaustive research on dangerous pests you might encounter this summer and what you should do if you run into them. Let's start with a pest that scares many people, killer bees. Killer bees are very dangerous, easy to identify. Just look for their tiny little electronic ankle bracelets. That's a dead giveaway. The experts I checked with said don't mess with them.
Good advice.
The common bumblebees. It's not nearly as dangerous as killer bees, although they are as nearly as big as a Cessna. That's plain.
Yeah.
Those
big
of you
bee,
that
you
don't
see.
know.
Yeah.
Bumblebees can be easily identified. You'll notice that they fly to flowers while lugging cans of tuna. Bumblebee tuna. I asked entomologists about what to do about them, and again, they said don't mess with them. Well, we've all heard about murder hornets.
Right.
They're large, scary, and evidently armed with shanks and large weapons.
Wow.
Jail type. There are more vicious versions of the feared manslaughter hornet. Listen carefully to the advice given by experts. Don't mess with them.
Seems to be a
And
theme.
finally, let's talk about snakes. Thank you. Many snakes are not poisonous, but that doesn't mean they can't kill you. You may see them, panic, and then run off a cliff.
True.
You blame the snake for that.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that would be comically tragic. We started this report with rattlesnakes, and they are indeed very different. They're loud. They're poisonous. They rattle to warn you that you are about to get dead. Experts advise if you're bitten, don't panic, and don't have someone suck out the poison. Unless you're at the pool and a hot babe in a bikini offers to suck out the poison. Then that might be worth a shot. You'll probably still die, but by golly, you'll die with a smile on your face.
Oh, thank you.
This is Dick Hitzwater sitting in for Bing Dong. And this has been Some Other News special breaking update.
Thank you. Thank you, Dick. I knew a guy named Bing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. See, you don't really hear the other than
You
Bing.
know a guy named Bing.
Yeah.
Right now. You can call him on the phone.
Get him on the phone. I demand we talk to
Bing,
Big right now.
Bing is short for
Bingle.
Binghamton. Binghamton.
Bingerly.
In this case, Bingham.
Bingham?
There's a famous couple that has a kid named Bing.
Is Bing Crosby's name's Harry or something, right? Or is that his kid? Or what's Crosby's name?
I'm not sure.
Question.
But-
Binger? Is it?
Yeah, but Bing, in this case, a nickname for
Bingham.
Bingham. So yeah, I'll dig it up where I'll find out who that is.
Yes, please do. Anything to
Now,
justify Bing Dong.
Well,
obviously, need some answers on that one.
Obviously, Mr. Dong is of Chinese heritage. Perhaps his family maybe of Scottish heritage for the Bingham side and the Dong family.
I think that was when Bing
Totally
Crosby,
worth exploring.
Early on, Bing Crosby worked at Arby's, and he would hit the bell, and then Bing, and that's how he got the name.
Christ Almighty.
Help us, Lord.
Yeah, no joke.
Let's see. Bing is primarily a male name of English origin, the diminutive form of Bingham. And there you go.
But the Bing you know, Christy, is Binghamton.
I don't know anybody named Bing. I was
Kate
just
Hudson.
guessing.
Kate Hudson has a baby boy named Bing.
Oh.
Really?
That's cute.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Hey, Bingo.
No, it's great.
Bingo,
It's
I like
great.
that.
There aren't. I mean, I know the one guy from high school named Bing. I'm not going to give his last name, but yeah.
Do it.
It's probably too faint. Like, you don't see babies named Cher, really. It's just too iconic with one person.
Yeah, makes sense.
Or
Sting?
Yeah. Sting Dong.
Sting and Sting and
Sting Dong. He does great work, and of course he's Bing's brother.
Yeah.
And Sting will be. I hope he's not sick for the next Dick Hitzwater update.
You know,
Sting Dong.
there seem to be a lot of people working at the Some Other News station, and they're always sick.
Yeah. A lot of turnover, yeah. Some going around.
Isn't it about time he just gets the full-time gig?
Yeah, can't you just
instead of-
promote him?
They just let him do
To
it.
fill in all the
You
time?
think he's earned it?
Well, if we're going on merit, probably not.
Tenure, yes.
No, this says people who like the name Bing also like, according to this naming,
chocolate ice cream. No, I don't.
Theodore. And wasn't Theodore one of the names that just re-entered the top 10?
Yes, Theo's a big popular name. I do know people that have kids named Theodore.
They go Theo, not Ted?
It doesn't count
Theo.
when Christy. It doesn't count when Christy says that.
Why?
No matter what news story we do, you know somebody.
I have a lot of friends. I know a lot of people.
What's that like?
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, we often forget.
You know what it is?
People like Christy.
It's busy.
Ask her to be around.
It's very social.
Most of us don't have that.
Yeah, we don't get asked out anywhere.
You get two guys, and then you have the main guy, you have the other guy. That's all you ever need.
Yes, thank you, Willie.
Get another guy in a different city, maybe. You see him twice a year. You don't call him for 10 years. You can still hang out. It's fun.
Grocery delivery. There you go.
If I have another kid, I'm going to go with Bing. Male or female.
Are you really?
Oh.
Keep talking about that.
Well, there'll be I get one vote.
Oh, okay. How many vetoes does she get?
12. Standard jury system.
No, the answer is infinite.
In other words, you don't get a vote.
That's correct.
Are you going to go for a boy this time? Because you lost a tremendous 7-game series. It went boy, girl, boy, boy. We're really picking up 3-1 for the boys. And then girl.
3 in a
7
row.
games.
Boom.
Like the Cubs.
You need to get a 4 and 4.
Mark my words. If she's not pregnant already, she will be. You wait and see.
He keeps smiling when you say that.
It sounds so potent, I'm afraid just talking about it is getting her pregnant.
Get me pregnant.
Why do you think the water's so salty here?
It's got to go somewhere, right, Tom?
I knew there was a reason.
A disgusting joke to make in the presence of your son.
So,
is this chlorinated?
So back to the topic, which is pool noodles with snakes in them.
Yikes!
God, I wish I had never heard that. I'm going to have
it's a 1 in a million chance. You're fine. You don't have to worry about it.
Which is more frightening, a snake in a pool noodle or a snake in a toilet bowl?
Ooh. Toilet bowl for sure.
Toilet bowl.
Yeah, I don't interact with pool
We usually get those stories out of Australia, but every once in a while there'll be someone in an apartment complex where they, their 10-foot python always named Monty.
Yeah, if you live in an apartment right now, you're just cheating death. Yeah. I feel bad for you.
I mean, if you have to see it, at least you're in the right place because your instant response.
You scream it,
the good news is,
yeah, you're right there.
All right there.
Has that ever happened to you? I've never had that.
It'd be like getting murdered in a morgue.
No.
What do you mean process?
Literally having the poop scared
I
out
have
of you?
never had that happen.
I've never
either.
been that scared.
I would never stop laughing if I witnessed somebody.
And I submit.
Tom, it's happened?
I submit as well that none of the.
I think Willie was with me.
And we happen to have them for one of the foremost authorities on horror movies. I have never seen it depicted in a movie where anybody being chased has crapped their pants.
It has happened. I can tell you about it.
Oh, my God.
You've done it.
No, I've seen it.
Oh, you've seen it?
I think you might have been with me. I don't want to get too much detail here. It was at a theme park of royal heritage. And
it wasn't a
queen.
Surrounded by water.
It wasn't the Queen's Peninsula.
No, that's right.
And there is a miniature version of the larger famous roller coaster.
Okay, you were on the kid was on the Beastie. All right.
The son of a gun.
Yes, that
And it went flying?
Yeah, and we'd been in line and it was hotter than hell, and all of a sudden the line just sat there for a long time, and all of a sudden all these people came up.
You stick your nose in, won't
What's
happen.
going on?
What you cleaning?
A young fellow crapped himself. And it was.
You think it was because of fear, though, not just a weird emergency?
Oh, I don't know, but it was brutal. They had to shut it down. It was really rough.
Get out the houses.
All right. What movie is it in?
Friday the 13th, part 3 in 3D.
3D.
A snake. It's actually a snake. It jumps out at a man in 3D, and then he goes, and he immediately has to run to the bathroom and crap.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, but he doesn't at least do it right there. I mean,
he had to run. He had to run. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
There's a video of a package thief, and it's one of those things where the guy puts like a fake exploding package thing.
Yeah, I saw
He's
that.
running off with the package, and he goes, "Oh my gosh!" and he gets scared, and then you can see the guy take his left hand, put it in his backside, and then give it a whiff. Just to do
I saw that. Yeah.
It was the funniest thing.
Is this real?
Yes, it was this
He actually
beautiful
did
display of humanity. It's a 10-second video that's a 3-act play. You got to see it.
Wow. Okay.
Everybody poops.
So let's get back to
Especially sinners.
Get back to the snakes and
Did you hear the noise he made for the topic he brought up, by the way?
I know.
What?
Oh, gross.
You started it.
Okay, coming up, we have be careful what you ask for in the news, because it may be coming your way. That's the only hint I will give. Also, we have disco news of sorts.
Disco. You know what I heard this morning on the way in? Flashlight. Remember that by Parliament?
I remember the song. I don't remember how it goes.
Oh, it was disco. It was amazing.
You know what people who going to work just now heard? A screeching halt.
That's in the show.
Look at the face she's giving you.
My story's more boring than yours is.
It's on. I'm the king of boring stories. I can't have my title taken away.
Okay, now I'm going to do a little audio teaser.
All right.
Is it Flashlight by Parliament?
I don't know.
That'll keep them around.
Maybe it's.
She's undeterred.
How about Funkadelic?
Yeah, that was a good one, too.
Parliament Funkadelic.
Parliament Funkadelic.
What's the song? Maggot Brain?
No, I don't remember
That is good.
You ever heard that?
Yes.
No.
That's Pink Floyd. Okay.
No.
Well,
Well, it is somewhat Pink Floyd-like. I'll dig that up for you. But audio teaser. Okay, I'm going to have to play this. All right.
yes. Love it.
Great song.
I love the way I was walking through the.
Yes.
Great song.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to have to play this coming up. All right.
All right. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I'm going to have to play this coming up.
Wow.
Yeah, all those things
Jack Jones.
are coming up in the news.
And we just got an email. Here's the headline for the email. We'll explain this. It says, "Stop lying about snakes."
Okay.
Wow.
That's an Associated Press news story.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Oh, what? The
Mother
rattle.
Earth is pregnant for the third time,
Mother Earth.
for y'all have knocked her up.
What the hell is this?
That's maggot brain.
Yeah.
Mother Earth is pregnant. You all have knocked her up.
I have tasted the maggots in the mind of
George
the
Clinton.
universe. I was not offended.
Never.
Yeah, it gets really good. It's
Man,
very.
I've never
Well,
heard
it would
that.
have to.
It gets. It gets very Pink Floydish. You know something?
Yeah.
I acknowledge that.
Yeah.
I think
When
it-
we come back, all those things, we're going to tie it all together. I've got some cool news about the ABA, the American Basketball Association. Also, Pope news, beer news, and yeah.
And we have a Yellowstone. You Yellowstone fans, they've announced the next season when it'll drop, as they say.
Okay. Thank you very much. I like your hip talk.
Yeah.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
So, Nick, let's start with the basics. Are you a married guy?
No, I just got divorced.
Sorry to hear about that.
It's okay. Lots of people get divorced. Einstein got divorced.
He did?
Yeah, did you know that? Albert Einstein, arguably the most intelligent man who ever lived, got divorced. They should tell you that before you get married. It shouldn't be, do you love her? Do you want to spend the rest of your life with her? It should be, do you think you're smarter than Einstein?
Oh, so you're dating then?
I guess. You know what I don't want to do? I don't want to say I love you anymore. I hate that first I love you. That's the worst. First time you ever tell a woman you love her. If they like you, they want to hear it. And when they hear it that first time, something comes over them. You know, their eyes get all wide and get that diabolical grin on their face. You can almost feel them saying, excellent.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Bob and Tom tonight, a video webcast of highlights of today's show tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Just go to Bob and Tom's YouTube channel, click that red subscribe button. Won't cost you anything. It's free. You'll join over 100,000 other Bob and Tom fans who tune in each and every night for Bob and Tom tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Check out bobandtom.com for more details. Al Jackson on the way. Stay tuned as we roll through this Thursday together right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News. Eric Clapton has tested positive for COVID-19. The veteran singer and critic of coronavirus vaccines and restrictions has now canceled 2 shows in Europe. Zurich and Milan will have to be rescheduled. Clapton, 77, tested positive after a show in London on May 8th. He plans to resume the tour tomorrow in Bologna, Italy. Since the coronavirus hit, Eric has become one of the most outspoken celebrities against pandemic lockdowns and COVID-19 vaccines. But even as he griped about COVID, he did get 2 doses of the vaccine, but complained that he had such severe reactions he feared he'd never play guitar again. And Elton John is winding down his career as a touring musician, but you fans are going to be able to get a close-up look at that process because Disney's working on a film that will be the definitive look at John's life and career. It will include unseen archive footage, new interviews, and footage from his last North American show at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles in November. No release date has yet been set. And The Greatest Show on Earth is making a comeback, this time without the animal acts that caused it to be quote-unquote canceled 5 years ago. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey say talent teams have fanned out across the globe to recruit more than 1,000 performers to take part in a 50-city North American tour. It's due to start in September of next year. The circus will also expand to do some international dates once it gets reestablished. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Josh and I managed to do a dumb waiter impression today, and we never...
We never had a better
Thank you, Christy, because it's much better with someone laughing. That's not what happened.
Who ordered the shoe?
That is a dumb waiter.
More laces?
Oh, so you want a spoon with your soup?
Laces are special.
Aren't you fancy?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
When I say America, what comes to mind? For me, it's simple. Mom, apple pie, and whole milk. They've been around forever. Let's hope that doesn't change. But did you know this country is actually importing whole milk? Why waste the money shipping milk from overseas when we've got the best darn fresh milk in the world right here on our own soil? You have a choice, America. So the next time you're in the market for milk, look for the flag. Old Glory Whole Milk. Old Glory Whole Milk stands alone. It's the best milk across the board.
Hey, fellas. I'm long-time over-the-road trucker, Floyd Tucker. The next time you crave whole milk, ask your fellow truckers where you can find Old Glory Whole Milk, and then ask if they're a cop. Take it from me. It's something else.
Old Glory Whole Milk. Just say when.
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Sweeney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Thanks for joining us. With us in the studio, comedian Billy Gardell. Now, for many of the comedians who visit, all you have to do is tell them that there's porno there, and suddenly they
What? I can't. I'm married. I can't even have it in the house. She'll find it.
It's every time I walk in the house and I'm doing something wrong, I hear that music from Law and Order. It's like gong gong. I didn't do nothing. I'm so scared of her. I'm just scared of her.
1:27 p.m. The Gardell household.
Dong dong. She's Southern, so she'll slip a sandwich in front of me, Dad. And then I did it. What? Wait a minute.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're so weird.
You have no idea. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Chrissy Lee at the news desk.
That'd be me. Hi.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello, chick.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Hey, Christy.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I just wanted to hear more.
Hi. It's me. Hi.
That's where she has friends.
There's Ace Cosby at the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morrow.
He's worried about all of us. I'm Chick McGee at the
He
sports
should be.
desk. Yes. And here's his father, Tom. Hello, Tom.
My father.
Oh, Father.
Yeah, don't call me Father Tom.
Father
That
Tom.
sounds a little weird. We have
Bless you.
a special edition of the Ace Cosby Joke of the Day. We've had a little taste of it, but right now this is the official edition of the Ace Cosby Joke of the Day. Ladies and gentlemen,
That was a taste,
if you
all right.
please.
Sexy man with a deep voice. Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
You guys should be very, very proud of me. I got over my addiction to chocolate and marshmallows and nuts.
Yeah?
Won't lie. It was a rocky road.
I bet it was a rocky road.
It was a rocky road.
Okay.
Love is.
But you know what's not a rocky road?
What's that?
Grilling with Omaha Steaks. That's right. Ace's Joke of the Day brought to you by Omaha Steaks. Spring is here. Grilling season has arrived. Visit omahasteaks.com today. Type BTS into the search bar. Order the Omaha Steaks Spring Grilling Pack right now.
And we want to remind you that Omaha Steaks, great meat. Oh, my gosh. And they also have an amazing sense of humor to sponsor Ace Cosby.
A bad joke is rare because most of his jokes are well done.
Okay.
That's right.
Whatever you say.
Okay, well, let's move forward.
Oh, well.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, fellas.
Hey,
Floyd.
I've enjoyed the Rocky Road program.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Tasty
So rich kind of makes you want to eat the waffle cone, too, when you think about it.
Yeah, you
Love
can.
But this is no time for levity. I'm not too happy, boys.
Oh, what happened?
Well, I had to go for my annual checkup, and doctor said I had, what do you call it, hypertension.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon that sawbones talk for high blood pressure.
That's right.
Yeah, how high was your blood pressure, Floyd?
He didn't even give me a number, Tom. He just said, Elvis. Anywho, doctor said I'd need to kindly give up eating salt regular.
Okay.
So, in other words, I probably can't ever eat at a truck stop again, so have to bid farewell to all the rolling dogs, no more chicken tornadoes, no more beef jerky.
Boy.
He said at least stay away from the package with the blind Indian on it. So Big D packed me a salad for the road.
Yeah.
Not sure what I'm going to do with that unless I use it to trap a rabbit. Of course, I can't let these other drivers catch me eating salad regular. They'll move my mud flaps to the front of my rig. Big D said she'd work out with me if I'd change my ways, but I already don't eat after dark on account of my cholesterol being what it is.
That makes sense.
Well, I do get one cheat day, but usually that goes toward a lot lizard. And God knows if those gals see me eating lettuce, they'll think I'm undercover with the 5-0.
Oh.
But see, Big D goes on and on talking about working out, boy. She loves work. She does that Zumba regular.
Really?
But I just found out a month ago Zumba's not even a vacuum cleaner.
Really?
Well, I kicked a shine when I found that out. She claims it's a Roomba. It set me straight. Of course, I love that Zumba music, though. Brings me back to that time I was laid up with the old Bangkok drip for that run to Tijuana back in '85. Boy, this Elon Musk has everybody in the tizzy, don't he?
Yeah, he sure does. Yeah, people don't know what to do.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know how you feel, but I say vote them all out.
Floyd has trouble staying on topic. Much like this show.
He's right at home here.
Now, speaking of staying on topic, how about a little bit of this?
Again?
What is this?
There's a song called maggot brain.
By whom?
Funkadelic. You know, you got your Parliament, you got your Funkadelic.
Sure. I don't know much.
Parliament Funkadelic did Flashlight. That's a much better song than this.
This ain't funky, I can tell you that.
So good.
This is late night music.
And now, welcome to Late Night Music with Father Tom.
You want to hear this one?
This rules.
Listen to that bass.
This is so much better. The last song from Kid Rock.
How about some bass for that ass?
Is this Bootsy?
This is Flashlight, baby.
Wow. Okay,
that's good. That is good stuff,
Isn't that
man.
fun?
I love both. I like both.
I can't resist going, wow.
Oh, it's hard to. And you know what? You shouldn't resist. It's going, wow.
Flashlight.
A maggot brain, I think, late at night, if you're incredibly stoned, probably
Okay,
very,
well,
very pleasant.
that would not usually
And
be me.
Parliament Funkadelic out on tour.
Cool.
That's amazing.
You think I could host like a late night music show somewhere?
Oh, I wish you would.
And talk like this all night. Okay, thanks very much. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Look
look,
like Donald Fagen
you're
on the
giving
cover of
mornings a
that
shot.
album.
I say late nights probably.
I could be your special guest. We could do.
You guys could just start at midnight and work all night.
That's right.
This is Chick McGee. Welcome to Sexy Time.
Did you hear that?
No, that's yours.
You had this idea.
Yeah, now he's.
I could be your special guest. Budinsky over there.
Okay, sorry. Christy Lee is at the Flashlight news desk.
Yes.
What have you got?
Well, it wasn't a flashlight, but a TikTok star did require surgery after getting a sex toy stuck in her rectum.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, according to TMZ, the TikTok star, who calls herself Soph Zalofs.
Sophs Zalofs.
Yes. What?
Yeah, be prepared to learn that because she's going to be a big star.
Initially shared her ordeal on the social media app, saying she was unable to remove the 3-inch vibrator after using it one night.
What? How do you get a 3-incher stuck in you?
That's actual size.
I'm guessing it probably just got lost in there. If you know
I see.
what
The
I
woman
mean.
tried to...
Here's the thing. I've never seen this particular tool, but I'm guessing when it came in the box, you know, like when you buy a camera, there's always that little cord not attached. It's probably like a little retriever leash she failed to.
And
What do you always say about the rectum, chick?
unlike the front naughty, the back naughty is a vacuum. And
That's
if you
right.
put something in there, it's going to go... And it'll, at a certain point,
So they had
it
to
goes right
The
in.
woman tried to sleep with the foreign object still stuck there, but the toy continued to buzz throughout the night.
Hang on, I'm getting a call. Hang on.
She went to the hospital the following morning where she said doctors struggled to get the vibrator out before deciding to remove it through surgery.
Oh,
She
good
said
morning. Good morning, nurse, doctor. Doctor, what do we have? Oh, my God.
She said she awoke from the procedure to find the vibrator next to her in a plastic bag, and to her surprise, still had some battery life left.
See, there's your commercial.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. Absolutely.
Takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
Sure.
In this case,
Where would you cut?
I don't know.
I bet they didn't cut. I bet they just
Stretched it out
went
or
in
something.
some,
I don't know.
you know, the metal duck thing. They
The
probably
sigmoidus,
put that in there.
Little baby
isn't it
force-
called a sigmoidoscope?
What do they call that thing? That's
Speculum?
Speculum.
Salad
I'm just
tongs?
speculating here about the speculum, but you just and have that have the woman give you the silent yawn. You know,
Yeah, the old stovepipe.
and then
Ma'am, your phone is ringing.
reach in there and
And then 3 guys just pick her up and shake her up.
almost got it.
It's like when a guitarist loses his pick and he's got to kind of shake it.
Sure.
A lot of class rings.
But
It's like that scene in Jaws, the license plate falls out.
we're really missing the point.
What is the point?
Well, the battery commercial. Remember
Oh,
the old
yeah.
one for Ever Ready? It just keeps coming and coming.
Going and going. But yes, I see what you're saying.
Have you seen the latest one? The doll has been murdered.
Yeah.
And the bunny.
Poor old Tinkerbell or whatever.
Yeah, and the bunny rolls up with a fresh battery and puts it
Oh
in
my
the dolly
gosh,
and
that's a little
Brings
dark.
it back
It's
to
really
life.
dark.
back to-
Yeah.
yes.
It wouldn't be as dark as this one.
For sure.
We'll be right back. We'll find out
And it smells bad.
what else is going on.
Probably like
Thanks for we got naked beer coming up next.
Just say poop comes out of
This
there.
is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
we got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Greg Warren, former state champion wrestler. You're the son of a wrestling coach. Now, I assume your dad was also your wrestling coach. Is that correct?
Yes, he was. He was a high school wrestling coach, so I wrestled, and my mom was into music, so I played the clarinet in the band, which they made fun of me, especially the guys on the wrestling team, especially my best friend, Huey Baker. He was a black guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those guys that would just get a hold of something and never shut up. And look at Greg, man. Greg played a flute. It's a clarinet. It's a flute, Greg. You a flute man. Look at little flute man, Greg. Flute your flute, Greg. Little flute man, Greg. He'll be on the bus going to a match. It'll be real quiet, and all of a sudden you hear, hop, 2, 3, 4. What the hell we fighting for? Flute man. It's embarrassing when you're out there wrestling and you hear, hit him with your flute, Greg.
Morning sunshine. To the max, there's baloney in our sight.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Hey, don't forget Cacciatore's in Ilion, New York with Josh Arnold and Willie Griswold coming up this Saturday night, May 21st. Make sure you get your tickets. I understand they're going quick. Cacciatore's, Ilion, New York. Again, Josh Arnold and Willie Griswold. They're going to road trip together. 10 hours, everybody. Will they make it? And more importantly, will they make it back? ThatJoshArnold.com for tickets and information, or you can check out Willie's Instagram. Why not check out Willie's Instagram? What else do you have to do with your life? At Willie.Griswold. There you have it, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Shares have declined in Europe and Asia after a broad retreat on Wall Street, driven by worries over the impact of persistent high inflation on corporate profits and consumer spending. U.S. futures lower while oil prices advanced. Japan reported its imports surged in April on higher energy costs and a weaker yen. The sell-off on Wall Street followed the release of dismal results from retailer Target that added to fears inflation battering U.S. companies. Target lost a quarter of its value, dragging other retailers lower after saying its profit fell by half in the latest quarter as costs for freight and transportation have spiked. Massachusetts has reported a case of monkeypox in a man who recently traveled to Canada. Health officials said Wednesday they're looking into whether the case connected to small outbreaks in Europe. Monkeypox typically limited to Africa. The rare cases in the U.S. and elsewhere usually linked to travel there. Small number of confirmed or suspected monkeypox cases have been reported this month in the United Kingdom, Portugal, and Spain. Health officials said the U.S. case poses no risk to the public. The Massachusetts resident hospitalized in good condition last year. Texas and Maryland each reported a case of people who had traveled to Nigeria with monkeypox. That's a look at things you may have missed, including monkeypox. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like us dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, which begs the question, why do you need Bob and Tom 24/7?
We have comedian Nick Griffin. Nick, you were saying that you were a communications major in college, but you have trouble communicating with people.
I think what my big problem is I don't care about the same things that other people care about, you know, and obviously I live in Hollywood and there's constant entertainment news, and you just, everywhere you turn, every little article in the grocery store line. Demi Moore, she has a career, 3 kids, and is going out with a 28-year-old hunk. How does she stay so fit? I don't know, she makes $10 million a movie. That might help. For that kind of money, she could hire a guy who did nothing all day but swat cookies out of her hand. Literally.
Oh, cookie.
Stop it, stop it. Get a whole nother guy for cakes and pies.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. The Essential Morning radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
I got thrown out of J.C. Penney the other day.
Really?
Yeah, fondling up the mannequins. You believe that? And that ain't my fault. Have you seen the mannequins in there?
Uh-huh.
And they taunt you, too. They got the little short skirt on, the arm up, kind of waving you over. You know what I mean? Shoot. I tell you what, if you ask me, the little whore was asking for it.
Oh, yeah.
And the sign said anybody caught trespassing will be shot on sight. So I jumped over the fence and yelled at the house, "Hey, what gives..."
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
Oh, my God.
There's laughter ahead. This is
show stuff.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello, Chick McGee.
Hello there. There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick.
He's got a mic and a guitar and an organ and got it all over there. He's in the performance.
Kit and caboodle.
Yes, indeed. There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
He's taking up space. There's Ace Cosby, man in the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Hostility, baby.
And I'm Chick McGee waiting for a bus. Huh?
No, thank you very much. Once again, if you're just joining us, you missed it. Be careful. Those pool noodles may be full of snakes. Authorities in Texas warning people, rattlesnakes inside the pool noodle.
That's terrifying.
Although we have an email about that?
We do?
Stop lying about snakes.
That's exactly right.
All right.
As soon as I find it, I'll share it.
Okay.
One would have thought the item that you teased before going to commercial would have been
coming back with
ready.
Well, I forgot that I teased it, and then stop lying.
We all have our off days.
Wow.
Apparently, we're going to spend this one waiting.
I can't find.
Well, we have other things. Can you do the beer story? I think it's
well, you know, the snakes are fine, though. They should be our friends because there are many churches in this country where they have snakes at their services. And depending on how many times you're bitten and you survive, you move your way up in the hierarchy of the church.
So you eventually become reverend of the snake handlers?
Deacon, actually.
Oh.
Wow. Is that real?
Yeah.
Where are they doing that?
There might be somebody that you're kind of sort of related to who got married to snake handlers.
Yeah, you might know someone.
You might know somebody.
Willie.
Where are they doing that? Down there in Louisiana? Where are they doing
West
the snake?
by God, Virginia.
My goodness.
Yeah. It's happening right now.
Keep them on the back porch, do they?
Yeah, right there. You can go take
Did you find it?
Nice. No, I haven't. I'm talking about when I got married to... Oops.
I see. Colorful life you've had, certainly.
You think there's a book in there? I probably think there's a book in there.
Yeah,
there's a book in there.
Didn't that guy die?
What guy?
The guy who got bit by the snake?
No, the guy that married you that was the snake handler guy, didn't he? Wasn't there a big thing in like 60 Minutes about him?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I think there was.
I think there was a big expose sort of thing.
Yeah. So in any event,
we sheltered you from that. We didn't want you to have PTSD or anything.
Was his first name Dewey? Because that was the guy's name.
I don't remember if there was one.
Well, don't leave me hanging.
You brought it up. You guys were talking about animals in unexpected places. I work renovating houses. I was in a basement tearing out the ceiling, took down one ceiling tile, and the entire ceiling collapsed because of the hundreds of bats that I had stirred up. They started swarming at me like Bruce Wayne.
Wow.
Thank you, Will.
I want a bat box. Do you have one of those?
I don't, but at the lake, they're all over the place. Yeah.
Willie, you think you'd box a bat? You think you'd win?
No. I would
box a bat.
I would die.
Ding, ding!
I would die at the weigh-in.
Bring it!
What's a bat box?
I couldn't look him in the eyes.
It's in my hair.
A bat box you hang on the side of your house, and it encourages bats to live in it. It's
very
like
important.
A bat house.
So you're on their side, the bat.
Yes.
yes.
Oh,
And
God,
they eat the mosquitoes, right?
Yes.
Yep. They eat mosquitoes.
It's a bat.
Bow, bow, bow. House. There we go.
Mighty, mighty.
Flappy, flappy.
Hanging it up.
Flappy, letting it all hang out. Wow, it's a bat.
Hanging it upside down.
Letting it all hang
Stop lying about snakes. While I do appreciate your general interest in wildlife-related stories, it seems snakes always become the bad guy.
Not in my world. I love it.
To save time, I'll just make one correction. Baby venomous snakes Baby snakes.
Snake.
do not have more. They do not have more venom or stronger venom than adults. I spent 2 years doing research on rattlesnakes, so I'm almost as qualified to talk about them as Tom is.
I'm just saying I'm terrified of them in pool noodles now.
Sincerely, an actual herpetologist. P.S.
Oh,
yes,
I hope that heals up.
Yeah.
I know. Go ahead. Laugh your asses off. I know herpetologist sounds like a disease.
Whoa.
That's from Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, thank
Elizabeth.
you. I love herpetology.
Okay. Well, but again,
Study of snakes.
yeah, but the news story again. There was a big rattlesnake inside a pool.
Yeah, just beware.
Pool noodle. Yeah. This was in Texas.
Well, it could happen anywhere. There, it could happen in Arizona, anywhere you
Well,
got
of
New Mexico,
course.
where you got those. You got the snakies. Yikes!
Snakies.
Got the snakies.
Pool noodles. Why didn't they go with more alliteration like pool pasta?
Pool pasta.
I guess that then it would you could have like a lasagna noodle.
Big bow
Like a big
tie.
Have you seen those giant? They are like a lasagna. Have you seen those huge? It's almost like a raft, but it's only a couple inches thick.
Well,
Yeah,
no, that's got to be pool ravioli then.
Sure. There's a pool. I think there's a pizza slice.
Yeah, there's a
wrap.
pizza slice.
Oh, I've got the pizza slice.
Oh, okay.
The pizza slice raft.
Sure.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
No snakes in that thing.
No.
I guess they
Not
could
yet.
crawl underneath it. Yeah. I'm sorry, Christy. Could we get back to the news? What have you got over there?
Good news. Naked guy can stay on the beer label. A federal judge has ruled that North Carolina regulators were wrong
Regulators!
to reject a beer label that featured a naked man on it. Owners of Maryland-based Flying Dog Brewery argued that the North Carolina Alcohol Beverage Control Commission violated their First Amendment rights by rejecting the label for a beverage called Freezin' Season Winter Ale. The commission said the label was in quote-unquote bad taste.
I like the name, freezing season.
U.S. District Judge Terrence Boyle ruled in favor of the craft brewery, finding that the regulation was vague and overbroad.
I know that judge's brother, Lance. Lance Boyle.
I got it.
Well, it sounded like you were angry about something. It couldn't have been that joke.
No, I'm angry about the fact that this article, I Googled it, there's no picture of the label.
Violating the free speech rights
the
of
point?
Flying Dog and its competitors, the rule requires North Carolina to remove the current regulation. The label features a silhouette of a naked man standing next to a campfire.
Big old hog.
This is not the first time Flying Dog has gone to court over its labels. You may recall back in 2015,
I don't.
they had to go there because of a ban on the sale of its Raging Bitch beer in the state of Michigan.
I see.
Josh, it's got your name written all over it.
Raging Bitch?
Hey, bitch. Can I get a raging bitch? Thanks, bitch.
I can't believe the article wouldn't put a.
Well, that's because you go to terrible articles sometimes. I'll find
This
it
is
for
from the
you.
Associated Press, but they don't have any photographers anymore.
What do you mean photography?
Yeah, you would think every news story would have the. I can't stand when they do that also.
Here it is, right here. It's ridiculous. It's like a cartoon.
So no reason to clog up.
Oh, yeah.
no reason.
It's very abstract.
That's
yeah.
a Ralph Steadman drawing.
It's very abstract.
Yeah.
Ralph Steadman chick.
Yes, of course. Ralph and I, he was an undergrad
den.
when I was
Well,
parking
the
cars.
semi-literates will recognize him as the
Christy?
man who drew all of the drawings for the book. Josh, you want to help me here?
Fear and Loathing?
Fear
It's
and
definitely
Loathing.
the Hunter S. Thompson stuff.
It's either, if that isn't Mr. Steadman, it's a guy doing
I mean,
the same
that
style.
is as banal
There's-
a
yeah.
naked drawing as I've ever seen.
Not only
It's
that, but
stupid.
it's boring and harmless.
Yes. Exactly.
Well, also, who's going to write in saying, my daughter was enjoying her beer and had to see a picture of a penis on it. She's 12. Sir, don't give the kid a beer.
Okay,
right?
if you don't know what that is,
You're
not even going to.
can't even.
It's very artistic.
Because like pubic hair and stuff, that's kind of cool, right?
So their slogan is "This pud's for you."
It says over a possible penis. You can't even see it.
You can't see
in
anything.
there. No.
He's got big, stupid-looking feet. And
Yeah, he
weird,
does.
Weird fingers.
And he's standing next to a campfire. It says here in the.
Yeah, because it's freezing.
Yeah, freezing season, isn't it?
Okay.
Freezing season.
I bet
winter
that's
ale.
a really hoppy beer. I don't like hoppy beer.
I don't either.
I like a nice.
Why don't you like hoppy beers?
I don't know. It's
Come
just-
on.
Get on, jumpy.
Don't worry, drink hoppy.
Make me.
Oh, nice. So, anyways, naked guy next. Don't you have a song about a campfire?
I do. Do we have time?
Yeah.
All right.
No.
But do we have the interest?
We would have had time, but
I see.
Yeah, we would have had time.
It's our fault.
My fault. I apologize. Sorry. Christy?
We can come back with that.
We'll come back with
I want to find out if this is, in fact, a Mr. Stedman drawing.
Oprah's husband?
I always wondered what he did.
Yeah.
Boy, you don't hear anything about Stedman, do you?
No,
You can't get a word in edgewise.
That guy's got to be thorough and generous, man. He's got to have a wet face.
He's got the
all
right
day.
idea. Plenty of cash.
How about now?
Lay low, keep your head down, and shut up.
Is it over now? My jaw hurts. Is it over now?
Do you feel anything? Because my jaw's numb. Here's an interesting thought.
Yeah?
How about this? You've been to the drugstore and you go, wow, that was incredibly expensive. Maybe you could be saving a ton of money just by doing something like checking GoodRx. GoodRx is the free app. Can save you up to 80% on your prescriptions. Christy Lee turned me on to it. Tell me more, Christy.
That's right. It's easy to use and works whether you do or do not have insurance. And listen up, even if you have insurance, well, GoodRx might actually beat your copay price. You can find out for yourself by checking goodrx.com/Tom online. From there, you'll find prescription savings at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. You're probably going to one of them right now. Walgreens, CVS, Kroger, Vons, Rite Aid. You get the idea. Yeah, save some money. It's simple and it's smart. Check out GoodRx. Go to goodrx.com/Tom. That's goodrx.com/Tom.
GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used in place of insurance. In 2021, GoodRx users saved an average of 81% on retail prescription prices. You know, I'm friends with Stedman.
Ralph?
And,
Yeah?
No, Oprah's husband. And,
Oh, really?
He's he does often pay for our lunches. But boy, is he sad. He's unloved and abused.
This is based on nothing and it's completely false.
Gales
Thank you
in the
very
house
much.
all the time.
We're going to come back. We're going to find out if this naked guy in the beer can is from Ralph Steadman. Also, coming up in the news, we've got cheese sandwiches, we've got cheese burgers, and we've got a carnivorous plant that looks just like male genitalia.
Oh.
Who would have thought?
It's amazing.
Be right back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom. They put the F in professional.
You know what you need to do? Treat yourself right now at bobandtomstore.com. Check out the Bob and Tom hoodies, the hooded zips, collared work shirts, the Bob and Tom Show hat. The clothing size is small up to 5XL. If we don't have your size and the item you want, just check back. It's that simple. We're constantly restocking at bobandtomstore.com. Look in the upper left-hand corner for that new tab. That's how you see the latest merchandise we have and what we're working with. Not to mention the employees, super hot. bobandtomstore.com.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom News Desk. President Joe Biden has invoked the Defense Production Act to speed up the production of infant formula and authorized flights to import supply from overseas. The moves announced yesterday come as Biden faces mounting political pressure over a domestic shortage caused by the safety-related closure of the country's largest formula-making plant. The Defense Production Act requires suppliers to fulfill orders quickly. For many Americans, big box stores like Target were go-to places during the pandemic. They were open, convenient, and provided essentials and other stuff that helped us endure. Now, though, Target is more like the don't go to place, and that's been reflected in the company's sales. Target reports its profits fell 52% compared to the same period last year. As the pandemic eases, people seem to have returned to more normalized spending. And the true definition of man or woman's best friend is in this story. Erin Wilson was walking along the Trinity River in Northern California Monday with Eva, her 2.5-year-old Belgian Malinois. As they made their way down a path, a mountain lion lunged at Wilson, scratching her shoulder. She yelled for Eva, and she dashed to her aid, taking on the cougar. The cougar did get the better of Eva after grabbing her head in its powerful jaws. A man just happened to come along at that time and pepper sprayed the cougar, causing it to run away. Eva is in guarded condition, and Wilson and her husband hope she'll pull through. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Got this new venture. It's called Say It to My Face.
Oh.
Pretty good.
Cool.
Hey, Josh, let's say someone talks smack about you on Facebook or Twitter.
Sure.
And the first thing you do is you'd call me, then I go to their house. And when they answer the door, I'll just yell, "Say it to my face." And then I'll jack them with a blood dart right to the larynx. And Christy, you and your ladies don't got to worry either, because I got you covered too. See, my friend Tasha and I are launching an all-female company called "Oh, No, You Didn't." Swear to God. Well, it's hard to spell it on the radio, but in print, it's badass. It's all hymenated.
Hymenated?
Yep. So the next time some chick, calls another chick an obese whale when you post your porta potty selfie on Instagrams, just give me and Tasha a call. She'll go to that chick's house and slap the spit out of her while screaming, "Oh, no, you didn't."
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Has this ever happened to you?
Oh, my. Just look at that. What am I going to do?
What's wrong, honey?
Look in the mirror, all that gray. Boy, did it sneak up on me.
No, it didn't.
You mean it's been gray for a long time?
Only all of your life. Sweetie, your brain matter is supposed to be gray. Now close up your cranium and come to bed.
All right, dear. Oh, I'm so lucky to have you.
I totally agree.
Ha, 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 ha. If the top of your head is bushy and gray, hair color is not your problem. Remove that hatchet from your skull. Say hello to your Sarah Bella.
Oh, dear, you've got a little gravy on your blouse from dinner.
Oh, honey, that's not gravy. That's part of my frontal lobe.
Ha, 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 ha.
Just for morons. From Frigamall Industries. Ask for it by name.
What the hell?
Bob and Tom. 24/7.
Oh, yeah.
NBC Sports on their golf telecasts, they got caught putting in bird noises for ambiance, and a bird lover called him on it.
Correct.
Because he was hearing a bird that was not indigenous to where the tournament was being held. You imagine being the guy who had to field that phone call? Yeah, sports department. Yeah, hi. Listen, does this sound right to you? I guess I'm supposed to believe the blue-breasted whippoorwillow has decided to alter its annual migratory route to enjoy a little golf. Okay. I get it. I got one.
My most recent marriage was a disaster. It made the wreck of the Edmunds Fitzgerald look like a fender bender.
Wow.
Sorry to hear that.
Hello. And you remember Lord's famous line about gun control, more or less.
Yes. The relationship taught me a lot. It taught me they won't sell you a handgun if you're crying.
Bob and Tom. Well-meaning, but...
Yeah, they're home.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I have an email for Tom that hopefully he'll enjoy. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold, sidekick chair.
Hi.
Ace Cosby. Hey. Manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
We were talking about this story about this beer label that has a drawing on it of a naked guy next to a campfire. And as you said, it's somewhat abstract. It is, in fact, from Ralph Steadman, who many of you are familiar with from the illustrations in the book Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. You recognize his style right away. There are a few people that do. It's really something. But once again, the court ruled that this particular beer label was not, whatever you want to call it, obscene. It's okay.
His art is glorified scribbles.
It's beautiful. But if you see
Barely
it,
a form.
it's in no way... It's not especially, what's the word I'm looking for, detailed with
graphic
respect to showing the genitalia.
Yeah, let's see a hog. If there's a problem, let's see it.
It's not going to offend anyone. So the court was right in this. It's perfectly acceptable. So now I asked Pat. I don't remember, Pat. This shows the guy standing next to a campfire, and the name of the beer is something like Winter.
Freezing season.
Freezing season
Yes.
winter ale. Yeah,
Right.
and it's from a place called Flying Dog Brewery. which sounds like it's a really cool brewery.
I think I had a Flying Dog.
They also had a beer called, I'm reading it from him, Raging Bitch Beer.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That got banned in Michigan.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense. Been to Michigan? Oh, sorry. I'm kidding, of course.
So, Pat, this is a song about drinking beer at a campfire?
This is called the Campfire Song. I think you'll enjoy it.
Okay.
I'm sitting around a campfire, hotter than hell. Can't take a shower, and I'm starting to smell. There's mosquitoes, ticks, and no AC with 98% humidity. Sleeping outdoors is not for me. This is my campfire song. Yeah, I got smoke in my eye, and I swallowed 2 fireflies. The s'mores are flaming black, not golden brown. I'm not swimming in a lake, naked with water snakes. This is my campfire song. Like a bear out in the woods, I have to squat behind a tree. Grab for a leaf, and it's poison ivy. The tent smells like stinky feet or a Grateful Dead meet and greet. I prefer Netflix and Uber Eats. This is my campfire song. So far, so good.
Yeah.
I don't know Kumbaya, and I won't play Wonderwall. If you sing Sweet Caroline, I won't go blah, blah, blah. I'd rather play.
Thank you. I don't participate in that
I
either.
hate that. I'd rather play in a bar and not burn my guitar. This is my campfire song.
Oh, that was sweet. I like that. It's about time someone took a stand on not doing the da, da, da.
Boy, I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Sorry, Red Sox fans.
Come on.
It's incredibly annoying. Now, it's time now for us to check in with the very handsome Al Jackson.
Look at Al today.
Comedian.
What up, G?
And Al is wearing a black sweatshirt with a giant lowercase G on it.
I love this sweatshirt.
No, does that have a particular meaning? Is that like a brand, or is there something I should
Or is it
know?
just a silent G?
Oh, that's a kind of cool. No, one of my buddies has a company, and he just puts letters on them, and I thought that was the worst idea ever, and he does great for himself, and I bought one. So that tells you what I know about business. Business.
Tell your buddy. I think you can find this on. I think you can find that on YouTube. Haywood Banks has an entire bit about the letter G.
Oh, yeah.
From, 30 years ago?
Early on in his career, yeah.
And when he did it famously on one of the early comedy specials, and he won the San Francisco Laugh Off. But it's...
first of all, I don't think people really understand how many incredible comics came out of that San Francisco Laugh Off. You know, I know Pat Oswalt won that, Doug Stanhope won that. That, launched a lot of the West Coast kind of comics, especially back in the day. So that's a big deal.
But the
Shout out
G
to
thing,
Haywood.
the G thing is, I can't even explain it.
Don't let him see that, though. He'll sue you.
Tom, would you say it's nothing but a G thing?
Ain't nothing but a G thing.
And by the way, that did not get the hearty laugh it deserved, Josh. Thank you very much. Al Jackson is one of the featured performers on the Daily Blast Live. And are those different from the glasses you had? Weren't the ones you had before aviators?
Tom, we need to, with the audience and everything, they say that if you don't handle your addictions, you just transfer to another one. And, obviously I used to drink. I haven't drank in a couple years, and I think it went straight to glasses. I have a lot of glasses in a lot of different shades, and I feel like I'm turning into... I'm in the early stages of my Telly Savalas years, and I'm fine with that. I've got a lot of low tint glasses. I should be selling hi-fi stereos in the back of Playboy magazines. I'm adapting I'm going full Telly Savalas, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, the current guy I think that has the low tint glasses is probably the guy with Emu, Doug from those commercials.
Oh yeah, that's what I wear. I would say 95% of the time. I always have some kind of weird tint on it. I don't know. I'm always looking at the world literally through not rose color, but weird colored glasses. I don't know. I'm weird like that. I like to have my.
We like to say glasses of color, Al.
I like the dark.
There we go. That's right. Look, every set of glasses should be recognized at the same time.
I really don't care for the yellow. I don't like that yellow tint. I'd like the dark sunglasses. That's just.
No, but it's about you're missing the point. It's what Al sees.
I don't like it. I don't care what Al sees. I have to see Al while he's seeing, and it irritates him.
Wouldn't it be better to have a rose-colored tent than a yellow tent? Everybody looks like they have
fever, malaria,
a bile disease.
You feel like you're in The Simpsons.
Actually, you feel like you're in my neighborhood. Those things make everything lighter.
It makes everything have that like sepia tone. I think I told you guys, I am weird, and Tom, I know you're gonna have a field day with this. I really am. I'm one of. I heard there's a name for people that like that era from like the late 50s to the early 60s. Strange for a black man to like. I know, but I love the fashion. Like, I like the fashion. I like the way the world look, and like the yellow glasses gives it almost that sepia filter.
Okay.
Like it's like looking at the whole world through that vintage filter on Instagram. Yep. You know, that look, you can tell when you're old, when you look at your old pictures and you don't need a filter. You're like, oh, that's a filter on Instagram now. That's just how my old followers look.
Al, we were trying to figure out the other day, at what year did the average school go from black and white to color class pictures?
Ooh.
And I think
I would say like 82.
I would think it's like 64, 65.
But when I was a kid, you wouldn't even get color pictures till like 6th grade. It was a special part of the yearbook that was in color, and the rest was in black and white.
Oh, the yearbook, yeah, but I meant the
regular
ones
school
when you go in and they send the picture envelope home with your parents.
Right.
Gotcha.
I don't think they were in color till I would think 60.
My first grade was,
60s?
and it was 66.
I'm
So.
going to go later than that. Maybe the mid 70s.
Really?
I think I definitely have some black and white school pictures. My early ones, probably. I think.
Yeah. Well,
you know, like, because like every school, their wall of fame. What I used to do when we had road games. This is like, maybe now that I think about it, this maybe was the beginning origins of me being a comic and just being observing, because I knew I wasn't going to play. So, like, when you're not worried about the game, you become observant of your surroundings. And, like, anytime we would play on the road against some other team, when we went to their, you walk to their high school, it's like 7 o'clock at night. So I would just look and see, like, what year they definitely integrated the high school. Because you could always tell. Like, it was like their school running back was like a white dude named Paul something. And then just like the next year, just 40 straight black.
Al, that is an absolute fact. What you were talking about is so real.
Now.
Yeah, when they have every year of the teams, then all of a sudden, the basketball team about 64, there's a black dude on it. Yeah. And the next thing you know. Hey, that reminds me, on a serious note, Al, there's a thing out there that we've got it on our Facebook page, and where else is it, Ace?
It's on all of our social media.
It's a link to an organization. You can buy a beautiful ABA basketball, and it's a special benefit for a project I'm behind, which is trying to get cash to some of those great ABA players who did not get a pension. And some of these guys are getting pretty old. Some of them are no longer with us. We've got the Netto's shirts and hats that we're selling and giving that money away. But also you go to this website and you can grab these are beautiful basketballs. Christy, didn't you buy one yesterday?
No, I didn't buy one yesterday.
Tom, I did. I sent it to one of my best friends.
Yeah.
By the way, Tom, when you're really trying to sell something, make sure to coordinate with Christy so she has the right answer.
No, I just remember this morning one of you guys said you'd already bought one.
Yeah, it was me.
It's LANA, Lana Sports, and these are so cool. And it's raising money for a great fund called the Dropping Dimes Foundation. And just if you're an ABA fan, and
they make great birthday gifts too.
Wait, hold on. Didn't the Indiana Pacers come from the ABA?
Sure did.
Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the most
teams made it out of there.
One of the most famous financial stories in the history of sports comes from that merger. Didn't the St. Louis team,
the Spirits,
they gave up
St. Louis? That's right, St. Louis Spirits.
They folded, and somebody gets like $10 million a year
forever
in perpetuity.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Cool,
it's almost like that Bobby Bonilla contract. And I know we're not trying to destroy the viewers, the listeners with sports stats, but there was a period of time where the people that were making contracts didn't know what they were doing. They were just regular Joes making terrible contracts.
Yeah.
Like, if you propose that now as an NBA player or something, or an agent, if you were just like, can you just pay Willie $10 million for as long as he's alive? Like, they might have security throw you out of a like the head first, like the fact that went down. Somebody's like, yeah, sure, all right.
Well, this is for guys that didn't get those contracts. So check that out. It's these are really cool. They've got cards, all kinds of cool stuff. Now we got to get to our lesson here. Once again, the idea of this show, Al Jackson, a hip young comedian, tries to teach me, a guy who grew up a mile away from Al, how to speak a little hipper. What have we got today?
Tom, you know, you're doing well. You're starting to pick things up. Some would say that I'm learning you. Tom, what does that mean?
Let's see. I'm learning you. I'm educating you. I'm teaching you something.
That's right. So, Tom, you're getting learned up. We're going to go into our first word. I feel like you need to get this because this is important to understanding hip hop. Now, there is a country that is associated with the blunt wrapper shell that you're familiar with. And it can be found in any local 7-Eleven corner store. What is the name? I wouldn't say this is the country. This is a type of people. And I'll give you the first word is the type of people. The last word is master.
Oh, Dutch master.
Tom. These ones?
Boom.
No, I just remember they used to have those commercials where they had the painting, the famous Dutch Masters painting, and all of a sudden the guys would come alive and start talking. It's a cigar, right?
No, stop lying. Al, he's a White Owls guy, but he does like Dutch Masters. Yeah.
Remember the Ernie Kovacs commercials for Dutch Masters where he was drunk standing there smoking a cigar?
Now, Willie's explained this to me, and I always forget which is which. Which is the one where you take a cigar, get rid of the tobacco, and stick the pot in it? Is that a blunt?
That's all of them.
Oh, okay. A spliff, that's just marijuana in a gigantic rolling paper. Is that correct?
Yeah.
No.
Yes. I guess I've heard other things. Like I've heard other things called spliffs, but I think that would be the normal parlance. So I'll give it up to that. But it does, you know, I think you brought back something else I think we need to go back to. And it's that people, especially celebrities, being drunk on TV. Mm-hmm. There was just an era where people were hammered all the time on the Tonight Show. And I don't know if now with like call out, culture, like you can't do that. But I kind of liked, remember like Mariah Carey would get hammered at like an MTV event. I like that era where people were like drunk on TV and it's kind of gone. Only person that got that deal is Snoop Dogg and Willie Nelson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's because now you can TV can be seen over and over again, and everything is recorded. Back then, it would air once and be gone.
That's a good point.
It was live.
Tom, I want to keep this going because this next one is really, I think this is really interesting to me. Obviously, Tom, I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. Billy D helped sell Colt 45 malt liquor.
Of course. Lando Calrissian.
That's right. And that kind of goes into this question, Tom, why did the Colt 45 malt liquor company hire Billy D as their pitch man? What would you?
My goodness, none of us know.
I would assume because
super interesting, Chick.
Is it not simply because that they did some marketing research and found that their clientele was primarily African American?
No, that's the whole thing, and this is why now if you had gotten this, I would have been like this. By the way, you did fantastic last week, and it needs to be said. The Billy D thing is so interesting because malt liquor was originally supposed to be high-end, kind of like high-end beer that they sold to kind of rich kind of guy businessmen.
Wasn't it called fortified beer because it had extra booze in it, right?
Well, they didn't put the extra booze in it until after the Depression because they didn't have enough metal cans. And people wanted more kick because everybody's broke. And everybody's like, hey, stop giving me this cute beer. I need something that's going to put me on my rear end. Everybody's broke. Put some booze in this. And we don't have enough metal to like make a lot of cans. So you got to make one can, put you down. So they added more alcohol to it. And because everybody's broke, they started selling it to the inner city to hit their price point. And in order to sell it to the inner city, they needed one person to transition from the rich white guy world to more of the inner city black dude. And that's why they used Billy D. Billy D didn't scare the rich white dudes and he was cool to the young black dudes. And that's how they transitioned from like being like a beer that you would try. I think they were trying to be like Heineken, Heineken commercials, or like they were trying to be Sam Adams. It's like beer that you drink only when you have a dress shirt on, like they were trying to be that, but then they just became like, yo, we're 40s now. Wow. So that was Billy D.
All right. Our guest is Al Jackson. He calls every week and tries to help me. Al is also a featured performer on the Daily Blast Live, DBL, as we call it in the hipper world. I got time for one more, Al, if you've got one more word for me.
All right, Tom. And this one, I believe in you that you're going to get this one. And as I'm about to, I hope I can ask this. Let me just ask this in a very general way. Tom, there was a song, I think we all know it. It was called, it was done by the great poet laureate Soulja Boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Familiar.
And isn't that spelled Soulja?
Yeah. It is.
Do you guys see Tom low-key flexing over here, how comfortable he is?
Oh, yeah.
It's like we make jokes, but Tom understands this now. So, Tom, Soulja Boy with the J in there, of course. Mm-hmm. His first song told us to Superman. Tom, what does that mean in the most vague sense without getting all of us fired?
Do you mean does one Superman another person?
Yes.
You Superman that.
They probably would.
Yeah.
I gather this is something of a delicate nature. Is that correct?
It is.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so does it involve something being steel and very hard?
At first.
Something you might want to take off your glasses to do?
Okay. This may be too delicate to discuss. I think my theory on this.
When one
Gosh, killed me. I'm sorry.
Does this have something to do with the famous Superman beginning?
What's Superman most famous for wearing?
A cape.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And where does he wear his cape?
Around his neck.
And it's but it covers his
back.
Yes. So okay. So you've got that.
Yes.
Now, when an intimate activity between a man and a woman ends, what might she ask you for in order to
be ready to go out and face the rest of the day, so to speak?
A towel.
Okay. So now, if you were to Superman someone, let's say that lady, what do you think you're doing then? So you're
wow, this is
wow. I love it. We're getting there.
You are.
I got it.
Yeah, Christy.
I can't say it on the air though.
Well, you're throwing a towel.
I see.
Can you draw Tom a diagram, Christy?
Yeah, I got it.
Onto her back,
and it sticks to her back because there's
I got it.
There's moisture there.
Okay, thank you. We got to check out here, Al. Thank you very much, Al Jackson, Daily Blast Live. Check him out. That's always.
I love y'all.
Okay, now we have to move on here. We've been talking a lot about food lately, about burgers, and cooking burgers in the summer, and having a great time. But how about some great food where you don't have to bother going to the grocery store, and you're cooking restaurant-style food at your own home? Thank you, Hello Fresh. I'm talking about chef-crafted recipes, more than 50 every week, whatever kind of food you're into. Seasonal stuff. They've got low-cal. They've got low-carb. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16 is the place to go. What kind of food are we talking about, Willie?
This is one of my favorites, the sesame soy pork bowls with chili mayo and cilantro and crispy onions. HelloFresh is going to send you 10 ingredients. You put them together in 4 easy steps, and in under a half hour, you have this burrito bowl from our friends at HelloFresh.
Mediterranean options are now, by the way, the new thing there. Recipes filled with fresh fruits and veggies. They've got stuff for whatever kind of food you're into. Fit and wholesome, family-friendly, great stuff. You start by going to HelloFresh.com/BTShow. They do the shopping. They do the measuring. You have some fun putting it together. Some of them very quick. They got breakfast, lunch, dinner, the whole deal. Easy to change it around. Details. BTShow16 is the code. The place is HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention 16 free meals, 3 free gifts at HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. It's like Bob Tom Show 16. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Coming back with a carnivorous plant that looks like a male member. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Keep us with you at all times. Get the Bob and Tom app now at your app store. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, I'm Morty Gleckman for Casket Carnival.
It's a Casket Carnival. You won't lose your shirt. It's a Casket Carnival. When we shovel on the dirt, we'll make sure you really save before we stick you in your grave. We won't steal from you. Casket Carnival.
We've got lots of games and prizes, and since many of our coffins are scratch and dent or gently used models, we pass the savings on to you at Casket Carnival. And don't forget to say hello to our lovable mascot, Embalmo the Clown.
Hey, yeah, there. Thanks for coming to the Casket Carnival. You're really gonna dig our prices there. Don't forget to ask about our layaway plan, eh? Hey, geez, what's wrong with these people? I'm dying up here, huh? At the cremation station, we want to earn your business. You know, sometimes I wish I were dead.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Rolling through a Thursday, Al Jackson on the way from the Daily Blast Live syndicated daytime talk show. He's one of the co-hosts with the mostest, and when he's not being a co-host on Daily Blast Live, he can tune in with a quiz for Tom, which is coming up shortly right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Golden State Warriors open the NBA's Western Conference Finals. A 112-87 win over the Mavericks. Steph Curry, 21 points, game-high 12 rebounds, helped the Dubs hold Luka Doncic to 20 points on 6 of 18 shooting. Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole each had 19 points for the winners. NHL Stanley Cup, Ian Cole's goal completed the Carolina Hurricanes comeback, a 2-1 overtime win against the Rangers in Game 1 of their Stanley Cup second-round series in Raleigh. Ended Calgary. Matthew Tkachuk registered a hat trick in Calgary's 9-6 win over the Edmonton Oilers in the opener of their Stanley Cup second-round series. Major League Baseball yesterday, Cincinnati at Cleveland postponed. American League winners, Tampa Bay, Minnesota, Boston, the Yankees, Seattle, Kansas City, and Texas. And in the National League, Milwaukee, Colorado, the Dodgers, Philly, Washington, the Mets, and Pittsburgh all win. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you everything I touch turns to sold.
Hi, this is Bob and Tom 24/7. My name is Jim Gaffigan. I have to go and, well, I just had a so you know where I'm going.
When your horse says run its very last race and there's nothing left to do, giddy up, giddy up. We don't think it's very good taste to turn him into glue. Giddy up, giddy so up. If your horse has lost his stuff and his legs aren't thin and bony, giddy up, giddy and if his meat ain't very tough, then he comes to Burger Pony.
Now, when you come into any participating Burger Pony restaurant and order our Swale in a Pail, every kid in your group will receive a free hot fudge sundae silence. And don't forget our Clint Eastwood Western spaghetti. And our delicious burgers, including the Daily Double and the Triple Crown. And remember our motto, if we're not in your neighborhood yet, your neighbors have probably passed a petition.
So if your horse has lost his stuff and his legs aren't thin and bony, and if his meat ain't very tough, then he comes to Burger Pony. Comes to Burger Pony. Comes to Burger Pony.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
We have also Matt Fulcher on here.
Yeah.
And Matt, what do you do for fun? What do you
skateboard? I like to go in a liquor store, which sounds fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I get like a miniature vodka like this big. And when I'm handing the guy the money, I'll be like, "Yo, I'm getting messed up tonight. He's got paid about this bitch." Something fun to do. If you want to try that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I haven't done that, but I'm
Well, I'm
doing
going
it
to.
tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Damn,
Do it tonight.
I'm doing it.
It's Friday, man.
That's right.
That's right.
Comedian Matt Weinhold is here with us.
I think that you should avoid all sort of living with anyone. Even if you're married, don't live with them because that'll mess it up. That's what messes it up. Because, like, remember, like, when you're dating, it's so great. It's so fun. You go on these dates and you go and you get coffee and you see movies and you talk and you have this wonderful sex and it's, I love you and I love you. And then you go home and I love my cable and I love my refrigerator. I love my life. Then they move in and then they're right in your face. And, hi, we live together now. Hi. What are you doing? What are you thinking? How about now? Or now? Or now? How about now? That was yesterday. What about now? Where are you going? What are you doing? Who was that called?
Yeah, but it turns out I don't sleep well anyway. I've been grinding my teeth. I didn't know I grind my teeth until I woke up. My husband was pouring coffee beans into my mouth. What a weird way to save time in the morning.
No kidding, but it's fresh coffee. Hey, this is comedian Ron White, and you're listening to
Times Foundation. Check it out.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Well, hello, Chick McGee.
Hello there. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Hey, Chickie.
There's Ace Cosby. Howdy. He's got his hand on the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee. And here's Tom. I have a letter for you.
Me
Tom.
too. We were talking about the world record for naked skydiving.
Yeah.
Joshua writes, skydiving naked can cause a serious injury called testicular torsion.
Ooh, I bet.
Oh, hey.
What is that?
It would twist your...
Flapping.
Yeah.
Banging and slapping.
Get your...
Get your things all in a knot.
Get your boys to switch places.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that at all. That almost happened to me yesterday on my bicycle when the chain busted.
Yep.
Okay. Dear Pat Godwin, I believe in your campfire song you say you grabbed a 4-leaf and it was poison ivy. Either math is difficult for you, that would be correct, or you've been horribly misinformed. Poison ivy has leaves of 3.
Never let the facts get in the way of it.
Then he writes, education is important, and you're welcome.
Let's look at the bright side. Somebody was paying attention during that campfire song.
Well deserved.
True. Oh, boy. I enjoyed it very much, Pat.
A long way to get
particularly the end. Not just because it was done, but because it was funny.
A rare misstep.
But it wasn't a rare. That was a good song. Just because Josh never went to camp.
No, use the guitars, Kindling. Get rid of it.
I camp all the time.
You did?
Do you camp? Camped a lot.
Overnight camp?
I hate camping. Absolutely, yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Who am I confusing you with?
Why are you surprised by that?
Who am I? Chick,
My family used to camp.
You didn't go to camp? Is that
true? Oh, I never went to a summer camp.
No, overnight.
I went to church camp for like a weekend every year.
Yeah,
but
there you go.
no, I had friends in my neighborhood. I didn't have to go to some camp.
I love camp. Willie was a former camp counselor. We're doing a special charity benefit to send some kids to camp. Details on that coming up. All I can say is, what is it, June
17?
June 17.
I'm not doing it if it's for that
details
camp.
on that show.
Hey, here's an email. Yeah. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Let's do it.
Oh.
Hey, Bob and Tommy, it's your good friend, Dr. Phil.
Hey, Dr. Phil.
Have you read my books?
No.
Have you seen my tapes?
I would never watch
I've got books on tapes and tapes about books. Okay, you guys had a news story today that gave me the shakes about a snake in a pool noodles.
Yeah, they're saying in Texas, you got to be careful. There are the rattlesnakes crawling into those pool noodles.
Okay, just making sure. Did somebody say snake? I mean, hey, just because somebody says snake doesn't mean you need to come on cold too. You see where I'm going with this?
No, not at all.
I mean, hey, monkey see, monkey do doesn't mean snakes do too. Have you read my book?
No.
You can't spell thing without fan, okay? I've got a new book that might just change your mind about snakes.
What's that?
It's over 200 pages of rhymes, reason, and folks of wisdom about reptiles. It's called Riddle Snake. Don't do, did, don't get, go. Take on the
Riddle snake.
Do people watch that show so they feel better about themselves?
I Dr. Phil?
So. Yeah, when you watch it, you go,
absolutely.
okay, I mean, this woman is, it's awful. To jump.
I just watch it because he's so hot, you know?
Oh, Phil?
Yeah, handsome guy.
Okay.
Dear Dickweeds.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm a new listener to the show.
Welcome.
But have become I've become a big fan and find you guys very funny and listen every morning.
Thanks.
To see what you guys will talk
Must
about.
not be for our show.
But I have to ask, Is Tom as condescending as his comments and tone come across?
Not at all.
Yes.
Did this guy say how many misspellings did this
To
guy?
me, he sounds. To me, he sounds like Ted Knight as Judge Smales in Caddyshack.
Often, yes.
I appreciate that, and I acknowledge that.
I'm picturing that everybody after the show, he looks at all of you and says, "Don't you people have homes?"
You know, it's tricky because he is playing a character, but I would say in the last 6 months, you're becoming sort of a method actor.
Oh, yeah.
And you're getting into character a little too much.
into your life.
Okay.
And this one from Calvin, "Dear Rat Bastards."
Well, so this is to the right show.
I'm a 49-year-old grown-ass man starting my workday as a professional truck driver hauling 80,000 pounds down the interstate, feeling like a man, and now I've got baby sharks stuck in my mouth.
That's you guys.
You should be ashamed of yourselves.
Badass trucker, man.
Oh, sir, trust us. We are.
Well, he that last sentence, "You should be ashamed of yourselves, Josh."
Oh, okay.
That's from
I did start the baby snake.
Calvin. There you go.
No, you did.
I started.
You
Baby
started
Snake.
baby snakes.
But I'll be glad.
Boy, did I clutch onto it.
Isn't that the most viewed video in
Take the
history?
blame. I would think so.
Baby shark? I think so.
Some unfortunate statistic.
Children love it, yeah.
Children do love it.
Children love it.
Okay, well,
That was a camp song, Josh.
You know, I think the girls
Baby
would
shark.
like a baby shark in the tub. I bet they'd like that. There at your home.
what do you mean?
Get them a baby shark to keep in the house.
No.
Not a real baby shark. The baby shark.
We have a dog.
All right.
Well, I bet the dog would love a baby shark.
Although for the first time in 30 years, I'm down to one dog.
What happened to the other two?
Well, the one was we were house sitting for 6 months, and now she's gone.
Oh, back to her home.
But yeah, and then we're not going to get another dog till we move. I don't like having just one dog.
Huh.
Although Winnie likes it.
Not enough.
The one dog like
Yeah,
yeah, sure.
She's blissful.
Not enough chaos for you?
Is she the one that is kind of hard to deal with?
She's not a dog.
No, she's aloof. She's the dog
She's
that
like
thinks
a cat?
thinks she's a cat.
She's like an alien. It's
She's
not. It's
distant?
insane.
Oh.
The person in the dog suit?
When she barks, you hear meow.
That might be a cat.
Oh, wait a minute. Look what I found.
No. Don't do that.
Well produced.
You can't kill baby shark.
Are there any lyrics?
Oh, my God. You killed baby shark.
Okay.
Couple of quick notes, and then we'll come back with our penis plant. But Mexican pizza back today for good
Oh, glad to hear
at
it.
Taco Bell. So if you've been waiting, today's your day.
I will enjoy it.
Josh, you want to explain your Mexican pizza variant?
He likes it. Okay. Well,
I like mine with no red sauce, and when I want to treat myself, I add sour cream.
Okay, there you go.
But that's a recipe. We've received very positive letters about that.
Yeah, throwing the sour cream on the old MP.
And season 5 of Yellowstone will come out November 13th, and it'll be 14 episodes.
All right. And you'll watch it and talk about it ad nauseum during the commercial. That's what happens.
And if she's not talking about it, by God, I'm going to talk
You know
about it.
something? I'm not sure. When Chick started talking about the bug in his
Yeah?
curtains, when did it crawl up Josh's ass? That's all I'm asking. What's wrong with you?
I didn't poop yesterday. I'm off.
Oh, no.
Isn't that weird?
You need some of the Metamucil.
I've got some Metamucil wafers.
No, I've been holding.
No, it's like once a month, right? Maybe you're not due.
What's wrong? Oh, that's not enough.
Are you sure?
Well, the way things are going, I'll get the Pitocin. When we come back, we have a phallic plant, and we have a really good reason to play some really cool music like that one and this classic underplayed. Spill the wine. Okay, we're
What
to do
about
that.
this? No.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP and get your Bob and Tom fix 24/7. Get all the info in the VIP area at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Boy, this week in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky sure has a lot of dummies in town. It's the annual ventriloquist convention.
Morning, Bob and Tom Show. I'm sorry? What did you say?
From the ventriloquism convention?
Yeah. And I'm not living on this.
I can tell.
We can tell.
I can tell your lips are pretty still there. Jerry, what's the name of your partner?
Timmy.
Timmy?
It's Joey.
Can Timmy? Can Timmy speak into the phone? Hand him the phone.
You're going to drink some water.
Drink some water while talking to us. Okay, great.
Go ahead.
I'll have to call you back.
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are two of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I work the state fair.
We were stupid before stupid was cool.
Check out Bob and Tom Show podcasts. They're free to download at bobandtom.com/podcast. The Bits and Pieces podcast, the latest involving Josh Arnold. That's right. Before he sat in the sidekick chair, he was a fan of the show. Used to listen all the time outside of St. Louis, Missouri, where he grew up. And therefore, they dive into the archives and talk about some of Josh's favorite bits and pieces from the Bob and Tom Show. Again, you can download that for free at bobandtom.com/podcast. Got a couple extra other podcasts in there for you to check out, but head on over there. Again, it's free, bobandtom.com/podcast.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee with your Bob and Tom Entertainment News. Eric Clapton has tested positive for COVID-19. The veteran singer and critic of coronavirus vaccines and restrictions has now canceled 2 shows in Europe. Zurich and Milan will have to be rescheduled. Clapton, 77, tested positive after a show in London on May 8th. He plans to resume the tour tomorrow in Bologna, Italy. Since the coronavirus hit, Eric has become one of the most outspoken celebrities against pandemic lockdowns and COVID-19 vaccines. But even as he griped about COVID, he did get 2 doses of the vaccine, but complained that he had such severe reactions he feared he'd never play guitar again. And Elton John is winding down his career as a touring musician, but you fans are going to be able to get a close-up look at that process because Disney's working on a film that will be the definitive look at John's life and career. It will include unseen archive footage, new interviews, and footage from his last North American show at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles in November. No release date has yet been set. And The Greatest Show on Earth is making a comeback, this time without the animal acts that caused it to be quote-unquote canceled 5 years ago. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey say talent teams have fanned out across the globe to recruit more than 1,000 performers to take part in a 50-city North American tour. It's due to start in September of next year. The circus will also expand to do some international dates once it gets reestablished. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Joel Lindley is our guest. Now, do you drink at all?
I do drink.
Really? But that's got to be scary.
I went to buy beer the other day, and you know they sell non-alcoholic beer, right? Which is a good idea. But did you know they sell it by the keg?
I did not.
What kind of a loser consumes a whole keg of non-alcoholic beer? I mean, if you don't drink, fine. You know, have no duels, but you know, don't do funnels. What are you going to brag to your friends the next day? Oh, wow. Dude, you should have been there. I mean, we were pounding that keg till 4 in the morning. I was so bloated.
Yeah.
Then I drove everyone home.
There's a gigantic warehouse of stuff I don't get, and they serve non-alcoholic beer there.
You know what?
Boy,
Another thing I don't understand. Hooters has food to go. Who the hell's that for?
Hello, this is comedian John Evans. Padoom, 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 and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Now, Dwight Slade is our guest. Now, Dwight is a very healthy guy, but you were saying that you had a colonic?
I had a colonic. It's a water skiing accident that you do on purpose.
This is where they fill your lower cavity with...
Why don't you walk me through this?
With water.
No.
Is there an audio component to this as the revealing is taking place?
Like nothing I've ever heard.
Yeah, they play this. There it goes now.
Hi, this is Greg Warren, and you're listening to
The road to get to Sister Triple
Close. Barely
My
made.
fault.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello, Chick.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick McGee.
It's all gone to hell. There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Arnold, was it?
I wanted to say Josh Allen. I don't know why.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, I was thinking about Joan Allen movies.
What the hell are you doing here?
I don't know.
When did you check out?
Free associated.
I have no idea. There's Ace Cosby.
Aloha.
Ah, see, because
Josh is going to Hawaii.
Josh
Driving.
mentioned Hawaii a year ago. There's Willie.
Were you thinking about
There's
Josh
Paul.
Allen because we were talking about Buffalo wings? And
I think I
Buffalo,
was.
Buffalo
That's exactly
Bills?
right. Quarterback for the Bills. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee. Now, we got a lot to get to. We've been so busy doing other stuff. We got some news to get to with Christy Lee. What have we missed, Christy?
Officials in Cambodia are pleading with people to stop picking rare carnivorous plants known as the penis plant.
The penis plant.
The Cambodian Ministry of Environment shared images on Facebook of 3 women plucking the phallic-like plants and posing with them.
If you look at it from the right angle, it looks like a very much like a circumcised male member.
Yeah, from when you look at these,
Yeah.
my goodness, they're even like sort of colored.
Yeah, here,
flesh.
Chick, I don't know if Chick
Depending
is.
on your nationality, certainly.
Good
Officials wrote in a post.
You're right. Yeah.
What they are doing
They're
is
rather
wrong.
pinkish,
Please
if you will.
don't do it again in the future.
Look at these.
Yeah, experts told Live Science.
Or is this a fake?
That's fake.
Somebody's taking a nap.
Oh, okay.
Here's what
Somebody.
I was looking at a Photoshop photo.
I think you've got something. What? Is it still up? Do you still have it there?
Yeah, the one Josh had is a definite fake.
Let me take a look at that. Let me see.
I was like, this is insane.
Wow, that's amazing. That really does look like
That's John C. Holmes lying down
Where
in
is
the reeds.
It's a little small.
Where's
Oh,
the
my
Is it?
God.
Did you say Cambodia?
Yes, Cambodia. That to me is the funniest thing I've seen all day. Thank you, Josh.
Okay, you can't find the actual real penis picture.
Yeah, here it is. I have it up. I just showed it to you. Cool.
Anybody else?
Here, look. It's on my Twitter page.
I see. This would
Well,
be
don't put it on your
fun if you
Twitter.
could get these for a bachelorette party. I could see, if you put 10 of these in a vase.
But you're not supposed to get them. These are like endangered or something? Or special?
yeah.
Nephenthesis bucconesis. That's what they're called. They look like male genitalia.
It's Latin for looks like a D.
Oh, there you go. I don't know what that is, but that also looks like a wiener.
Okay, that's not the flower.
Is that not it?
Everything's coming up wiener.
This is the San Francisco, California state flower.
Oh, is it?
It's San Francisco's state flower?
That's part of the joke, you see. If the city could have
Do you know there's an Instagram, and it's a great follow. It's called That Looks Like a Dick. And it's all these regular pictures, and there's no captions. It's just, here it is.
I thought it was a picture of my dad.
that's
here's a headline.
That's helping.
Girthy penis plant blooms for the first time, sparking excitement at Dutch Garden.
Is that the same? Is that the same plant?
the death
or is that
plant
the famous death plant?
Yeah.
Oh, is the penis plant and the death plant one of the
The
same?
death plant does look very phallic-like, though.
Yeah, the death plant's huge and it smells real bad.
Smells really bad.
Corpse flower.
However, the penis plant can smell really bad. It's all cheesy.
Oh, stop it.
That's the penis flytrap. It's a
Oh,
carnivorous.
my Lord.
Sorry, I don't know if that's
How about
A 100.
It does look. It looks like it's a circumcised.
Yes, it is.
Did you really think that was the picture of the penis plane?
I swear I did, yeah. That's why I was like, oh, it's even flesh-colored.
Oh, my
For
God.
me,
All veiny?
yeah.
Looks
Like, this is insane how much like a penis this looks. Little I know is just somebody cut up some penis pictures, dropped them in a garden.
And you pull back, and there's a guy with his fingers laced behind his head.
What a fool.
Well, they are kind of mushroom-like, aren't they?
What a fool I was.
So this does look gross. And if you don't like that circumcised look, what are those things called? Cattails.
Oh.
They look very...
yeah?
Now, again, that would be a different flesh tone. Certainly. Thank you for the chuckle, Ace. Appreciate it. Now, back to you, Christy. What do you got?
A 168-year-old basket company in New Hampshire is closing, in part due to an insect that has been destroying ash trees. The Peterborough Basket Company said in a recent announcement, its baskets are principally made of U.S.-grown Appalachian white ash, the same wood used in axe handles and baseball bats.
This is no joke. I took down 11 of these trees in my little property.
Did you fell them yourself?
No. It's super dangerous. I had a very fine crew do it. But, yeah, the ash trees are disappearing.
The emerald ash borer beetle has reduced the availability of the wood used to make the baskets, according to the factory, and they plan to produce their last basket this summer or fall. They've been in business since 1854. The emerald ash borer has destroyed tens of millions of trees in the U.S. and Canada.
Yeah, these things are bad.
Pat really sounds heartbroken.
No, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I used to, this is, once again, I need like some music that makes me sound even more pretentious. That would be pretty tough.
No, you don't need that.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. There was a place I used to go skiing.
Mm-hmm. Water or mountain?
Mountain. In Ellicottville, New York.
Of course.
Yes.
And this friend of mine's dad had a cabin there.
Fine powder.
And I guess they make baseball bats near there.
Sure. In the Adirondacks?
And there were all these...
Hillerich and Bradbury? Or
there were all these... I guess.
Oh, no, that's Louisville. Never mind.
You can kill the music now.
All right, sorry.
There were these like foot-long things. I guess there were the waste products of the baseball bat factory.
Yeah.
And they were the best logs for making fires ever.
They call them billets.
Billets, there you go. They were great for making fires. Just a nice crackling fire.
For
like
sure.
that, don't you, Christy?
Great story. Yeah.
Christy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Christy.
Attaboy, Spider.
Yes, I do like a nice fire.
Hey, are you going to take that from her? Are you gonna
No, I was weighing whether or not to do ash borer eating the trailer, but I didn't.
That's okay. I don't mind. I'm not going to eat my... Well, I guess we did have paneling, but I think that was all fake. It wasn't any wood in it.
Yeah, the plastic borer.
Yeah.
I'm happy about this. I'm allergic to ash trees. I say get rid of them. No one
No,
needs
they're
them.
beautiful. Oh, it's a shame.
Why can't they just make these with a different kind of tree?
I feel the same way about bees. Well, how dumb are bees?
Oh, my
Baseball
Lord.
bats now are 50% maple. So
I'm also allergic to maple, so maple can kick rocks too.
So you go watch college baseball. It's all aluminum.
Perfect.
Now, can you imagine, Josh, if major leaguers could use aluminum bats, they'd kill somebody,
It'd
right?
be insane, yes.
The ball would come back at the pitcher at 150 miles an hour.
Yes. And there are a lot of purists who say college should go to wood because they're training to play.
In the pros, yeah.
Right. So...
Yeah, I don't like the thunk.
I hate that.
That thunk sound that the aluminum bats make.
The ping, I think, can be very satisfying, but a lot of people hate it. You're right. Yeah.
You know, what would Babe Ruth say about that?
Oh, he wouldn't care for it.
Really?
He wouldn't care. Gee, Dad, you got to use the what?
The hell's going on here?
A milk bottle bat, we called it. That's what we called it. Dad.
We'd play corkball.
Speaking of old things, a moth that has not been seen in over a century was discovered in a bag at the Detroit airport.
An old moth?
Uh-huh. The moth.
I have a question. Who's looking?
Wait a minute.
Check that bag for moths, won't you, Johnson?
Anthony Hopkins, maybe.
This is a news story. This just in. There's been a report of an old moth out at the airport.
How do you know when a moth is
What did I
old?
say at 4 a.m. to you this morning? What did I say?
It's an
You said stretch.
First off, I'm sure it's 4 a.m. What the hell are you doing here?
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant
here
at
at 4 a.m.
5:59. What did I say?
The moth.
How do you know when a mouth is old? Aren't they all dusty?
Yeah, we'll be back with our moth hunk in a minute.
Yeah.
How's that?
I say we don't even worry about
No reason to.
It's a hard pass.
Are we
for
out of
the moth
news?
story.
You know what I call moths?
What?
What?
Butterfly mummies. Isn't that cute? Isn't that something?
Good.
Butterfly
Isn't that real
mummies.
nice?
I don't think that's something.
Do you know what I think?
What do you got there? There's a lot of nothing.
Remember that smell of when you were a kid, of your mom would open up that closet and it was full of mothballs?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Those are toxic. I don't know what those are made of.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Made of cedar.
Yeah, those are really something.
No, not the closet, the mothballs.
Oh, the mothballs, yeah.
What's that soup? That mothball soup?
To get their legs open.
I thought cedar closets kept the moths
How do they get their
away.
legs open, Pat? Yeah.
When was the last time a moth ate your sweater? Seriously.
Do I own any sweaters?
Okay.
Have you ever seen
No,
me wear a
because
sweater?
you have a moth problem.
I hate sweaters, never wear. Sorry.
I hate sweaters.
Did we have something to do? Or
These
Yes.
shoes are made of wool, though.
Are they?
I'm a
These
big
shoes are
wool
made
fan.
of wool.
Well,
I'm
we're
a big
going to
wool
make
fan.
the light explode here at some point.
Okay, sorry.
You know that.
I want to tell you about getting this is Better Sleep Month. Did you know that?
Oh.
And that means getting a better bed, of course. But let's talk about the Sleep Number bed and their very special sale. But first, Chick McGee, your Sleep Number setting is what?
100.
That's a firm mattress. Christy Lee, your sleep.
45.
Thank you very much.
Flossy.
And that's less firm, and you could switch sides of the bed and switch numbers. This is the adjustable bed, adjustable on both sides, and there's a variety of great beds from Sleep Number. One of the most famous, of course, is the Sleep Number 360 Special Edition Smart Bed. It talks to you, not out loud, through your phone to tell you how to get more
Hey,
sleep.
quit snoring.
Again, that would be humorous, but that's not how it works. Sleep Number's Memorial Day sale up and running. You'll find all about it find out all about it, I should say. sleepnumber.com/BT show. That's sleepnumber.com/BT show right now. $19.99 limited time offer on the Queen bed. Oh, these are some great beds. I love my Sleep Number bed. I really do. And remember, either side has its own setting. It should be called the Freedom Bed because everybody's happy. Once again, sleepnumber.com/BT show. Coming up, staying alive, spilling the wine, and maybe a little bit of a flashlight. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
The Bob and Tom Show also has a live video feed you can watch on the internet. It's free. bobandtom.com/live. Cameras in the studio. It's like watching the show as it happens. As a matter of fact, it's exactly like watching the show as it happens. Again, watched all over the world, not just in your market. bobandtom.com/live, the location of the Bob and Tom live video feed. Perhaps you'd like to watch during your breakfast. I wouldn't recommend it, but some people enjoy having their breakfast and watching the Bob and Tom Show on their smart TV. bobandtom.com/live. We just ask you not watch while you're driving your semi down the highway or taking the kids to school, right? Oh, we're all on the same page. Safety first, ladies and gentlemen, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Shares have declined in Europe and Asia after a broad retreat on Wall Street, driven by worries over the impact of persistent high inflation on corporate profits and consumer spending. U.S. futures lower while oil prices advanced. Japan reported its imports surged in April on higher energy costs and a weaker yen. The sell-off on Wall Street followed the release of dismal results from retailer Target that added to fears inflation battering U.S. companies. Target lost a quarter of its value, dragging other retailers lower after saying its profit fell by half in the latest quarter as costs for freight and transportation have spiked. Massachusetts has reported a case of monkeypox in a man who recently traveled to Canada. Health officials said Wednesday they're looking into whether the case connected to small outbreaks in Europe. Monkeypox typically limited to Africa. The rare cases in the U.S. and elsewhere usually linked to travel there. Small number of confirmed or suspected monkeypox cases have been reported this month in the United Kingdom, Portugal, and Spain. Health officials said the U.S. case poses no risk to the public. The Massachusetts resident hospitalized in good condition. Last year, Texas and Maryland each reported a case of people who had traveled to Nigeria with monkeypox. That's a look at things you may have missed, including monkeypox. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Norman, honey, what you doing? It's getting late.
I'm downstairs, honey. Just getting some cereal. Snookums.
Thank God he found it. I was getting desperate. I hope this works. You know, Judy tried it with Ted, and she said he's become insatiable.
Boy, will Snookums be in for a treat, because her hubby is chomping on the new cereal for men who are sexually dysfunctional. It's Nuttin' Raisin, honey.
This sure is tasty. Honey? I'll be right up.
Nuttin' Raisin Honey, the cereal that gets you up in the morning, or any time for that matter. Nuttin' Raisin Honey. Eat them from the bowl or right out of the box.
This is Tom. Coming up Friday morning in the Bob and Tom Show, we'll hear from comedian Jeff Oskey.
A man claimed the bags of meth and cocaine wrapped around his male member weren't actually his after being searched by police. What you failed to mention, the man claims he was just holding the drugs for his friend's penis.
That's Friday morning in the Bob and Tom Show.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
The best medicine.
I can hear you, oh no. You're talking out your ass again.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Attention, Fergler shoppers. You need hardware, you need Fergler. That's right, Fergler's hardware store. Fergler's dares you to beat their prices on anything in the store. That's right, Crazy Ernie's lost his mind and everything must go. Ladders, lumber, nails, including the kitchen sink. Fergler's hardware store, where you make out like a burglar when you shop at Fergler's. Free popcorn Mondays, free coffee Fridays, free parking. It's Crazy Ernie's going out of business sale. Everything must go. Fergler's hardware store. If Fergler's doesn't have it, you don't Fergin need it.
Hi, I'm Ernie Fergler.
He's Ernie Fergler. If you don't come buy some stuff today, he'll kick your ass. Be there. Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
I'm warning you, don't do that.
There's laughter ahead.
I should be having a better time if this is a party.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Oh, hello there, Sonny. It's Morgan Freeman.
Oh, hey, Morgan.
How y'all doing?
Good.
I'm fine. Thank you very kindly.
Oh, nice.
I understand you have someone there that was talking about men making noises during sexual encounters.
Yeah.
I understand you said you've never heard a man make a noise before.
Oh.
Apparently, you've never been to Shawshank, Sonny.
Now, in Shawshank Prison, is there a lot of noise?
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard to sleep at night.
I'll bet.
Andy Dufresne came to Shawshank Prison back in 1947.
Uh-huh.
And he had a nickname that he was known by.
What's that?
Oh, please stop.
Hi, this is comedian Tim Cavanaugh, and you're listening to...
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee over there.
Hello.
She's got some news there. She's just about, as we all are at this time of day, at the end of our ropes.
Oh, don't be at the end of your rope. I've got something that is such a stretch.
Pat Godwin.
You may get up and leave.
Hi, Pat.
Hey, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold. Hi. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Where's Ace?
There's Willie Griswold. He's manning the track phone hotline. You're really trying. There's Willie Griswold, and I'm Chick McGee.
You know, Willie and Josh are going to be at Catch-A-Tours.
At each other's throats.
In Ilion, New York, coming up Saturday night only, and we found out that this show, this is amazing. It's a buffet, and then it's like a dinner show.
That's right.
This is going to be great.
Pat can't get enough of this. He just howls every time.
I think it's great.
Josh,
I'll bet the food there's great.
I have no doubt.
I've been getting emails about the food.
Yes.
So.
We did a show in Pennington's in beautiful Jewett, Ohio, and we got paid, and then we got a roast beef sandwich to go.
Right.
Oh, wow. But I thought, hey, I can probably polish this off real quick. So Josh is just talking to the booker for 2 minutes, and he turns around my roast beef sandwich. It is gone.
That's
you
tasty.
obliterated it.
Devoured it.
Very, very good. Don't miss that show, ladies and gentlemen. Should be great. Pat Godwin has got a couple shows coming up in early summer, including a special benefit project at the Irving Theater. Details coming up. I would be remiss if I didn't mention Pat's album, #1 on the comedy chart.
#1.
Now, Josh's album isn't there because he
doesn't have one.
Hasn't released it yet.
No, we'll record one.
We're recording a new one. I believe we're recording it at this special benefit project that has not been announced yet.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the plan. Okay.
Well, I'm doing an hour 30, so
oh boy.
I'll do negative 2.
I was just sent my brother just sent me this meme, and I'd like to share it for all of you. Ladies, mansplaining is short for man explaining.
Wow.
That is almost like a perfect poem. There's no extra words.
Christy, did you get that?
All the right words in the right place.
Oh, my gosh.
That's funny.
That is very. That is very good.
It's funny if you're a guy.
Oh, you can laugh at that, right? You teach me more than anybody else in this room.
Yeah, you know how to laugh, right?
Oh, my goodness.
I was mansplaining. Yeah, what I was trying to do was underscore the...
Yeah, how silly.
Didn't work.
Put your lips together and blow. No,
that's different.
That's not a whistle.
Yeah,
And you don't want to blow, really.
Mansplaining, I bet, is super annoying, but we got to get rid of this man-spreading problem.
What's
That's
that?
not a problem at all.
If you're on the subway, you sit down and you kind of play the old...
Ladies, it's not man-spreading. It's called we have balls, all right? And we can't just sit there cross-legged.
You sit on a ball one time.
Yes.
and you'll
Is that what's
avoid
going
it.
on there?
You'll
Of
avoid it for the
course.
rest of your life.
What was the unfortunate phrase we learned today? Testicular torsion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Torsion, yeah.
I don't want to hear that.
Sounds awful.
I was on my bike the other day and the chain fell off and I almost killed myself.
It's twisting.
Could we get back to the
You don't want them twisted.
The Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus has announced a comeback tour, a show that will
Because no one
not
asked for it.
feature any animal acts.
No animals, that's the thing.
According to Feld Entertainment, more than 1,000 performers have applied to join a 50-city North American tour
Is this Entertainment Felt?
starting in September 2023 and international dates to follow.
But they are going to have people doing the animal acts, right?
The company had shut down the three-ring circus 5 years ago, ending its 146-year run
Okay, now.
because of the
Animal
animals.
cruelty.
It's quiz time. It's quiz time. No, I kind of like the elephants. I get it, though. It's quiz time. I want you
Okay.
to see what is this is a new feature on the show.
Is it multiple choice?
New feature on the show.
Okay.
Name the connection.
I got it.
To the circus.
I got it.
To this news story, that's the connection.
Okay.
Do you want me to spill the beans
Not
here?
yet. Not yet. Anyone make the connection?
I know it's Eric Burden.
Eric
Yes.
Burden and
Spill the wine.
The animals.
There you go.
Eric Burden.
He was
and
of the
animals.
Eric
animals.
Burden without the animals.
Right.
Oh, without the
Yeah, it was war,
animals.
right?
Ah.
Yeah. See, so
So you went from
remember my goal was to make him get up and leave.
You suck so hard.
Is that Eric Burden with War?
yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. It sounds just like the band who would do Lowrider.
Yeah.
But I love that song. You know,
I love all of them.
Kid was a friend.
I love that so good. Yeah.
But
San
yeah,
Francisco
so
Nights
that's
too,
Eric
right?
Burden without the animals. So the tie-in, I'm sure that the Ringling Brothers do the same thing on all the ads.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
However,
Thank you, Ace.
if you know Eric Burden, boy, he just never quits. I mean, it's just a real ordeal to be his friend.
You got
Burden joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
On your shoulder. Carry him on your shoulders.
Oh, boy.
Burden.
And
You gotta
take
get
him
out
out
of
the
the-
backyard, dig a big hole, and put him in there.
You got to get out of town.
Here's a story.
I think he's great.
Got to get out of this place.
Nice.
Remember this one? Oh, that's Maggot Brain.
Yeah.
Which I really enjoyed earlier.
Listen to that. Driving through like a Utah or.
I was walking one time.
I just want to play
I do too. I do too.
It's so cool.
nice organ.
I don't think they were meant to record.
When I've got a nice buzz going on the dock, this is what I put on.
It's brilliant.
Scare my niece and nephews with my weird dance moves.
I like your dance moves.
So do I.
Uncle Josh, no. Uncle Josh, stop that. Uncle Josh, please.
Josh dances like those when you're at a used car dealership and they have that funny thing with the air blowing through it. That's,
No, let him feel it.
Here it comes.
I was once out strolling one very hot summer's day.
I don't like any song that starts with talking.
Oh, no, this is a good one.
I've
This is
never
a good
heard
one.
talking in a song and gone, oh, good.
And the groove is
Oh, good,
so
they're
great.
talking.
Yeah, that's so good.
What are those things called? You know the little tube of canvas and it flies around at the used car
The
dealership.
wacky inflatable arm flailing tube men?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how Josh dances.
He does. You're right.
Floppy,
Occasionally, depends on what the occasion or song is.
You move your head
Floppy
kind of
man?
like there's that you've got a universal joint in your neck.
Do your nieces
yeah.
laugh?
Yeah, I'm shake their head. And, oh, that's weird and silly. And,
Okay, well, thanks for getting
five across the eyes.
getting the connection there. We have other weird connections coming
This
up.
is a story for Ace. CBS is debuting.
Bad TV, that's what
Yep,
Ace likes.
it's coming up. A seagoing dating show called The Real Love Boat.
He already knows.
There it is.
Way ahead of us.
Our connoisseur of bad TV. What is it?
It's exciting.
Exciting and
Oh, there you go.
Was love always consensual on the Love Boat?
Yes, that's why it's
Did
called
they have any very
Love.
special episodes?
Yeah, there was a special pirate ship episode where the pirate ship comes up and
there's a jail in the basement of the Love Boat. You know that, right?
What do they call the prisons on boats? Like, is it the
it's a brig. Is it
the brig?
Is it the brig?
Yeah.
Described as a romance adventure competition, the series credits as its inspiration the popular comedy drama The Love Boat, which was on ABC.
Gee, really?
From
Alleged
77
comedy.
to 86.
Critics who've seen an advance of it say no.
Why?
So this is in other words yet another reality show. This is
Yes,
like The Bachelor goes on the water.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing about this. CBS is going to do, I think it's Wednesdays, The Real Love
Oh my God,
Boat,
he's got it penciled in on his schedule.
Amazing Race, and Survivor. So they're going to do the whole block of reality shows.
Oh yeah, that's
Survivor's going to come on at 10?
No, well, I think Survivor comes on the 8th.
Okay,
going to
yeah.
have hundreds of viewers.
The official description reads destination dates, challenges, and surprise singles will test the couple's compatibility and chemistry. Like the beloved original scripted series, the indispensable crew members, including captain and cruise director, will play pivotal roles in the matchmaking and navigation of the romantic,
It's on CBS, Tom, and the Tiffany Network.
sometimes turbulent waters ahead.
This is kind of brilliant because those like yacht shows
Oh, my God.
are huge.
Below Deck
Below
is
Deck.
amazing.
Yeah,
I like that.
Deck
I like
is
that.
wonderful.
That's
That
really
probably
good.
gets some of the biggest ratings of regular cable.
Which one's Below Deck?
Well, there's things happening below deck, Tom. You don't want to know.
They're private yachts that people
terrific.
rent.
Yeah.
And the crews stay the same. They're usually an older guy as the captain, and then they have a bunch of young crewmates, if
So
you
this is
will.
about
and
it's like upstairs, downstairs, but on the water.
Kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think you'd like it. I know that you prefer people in uniforms to not be speaking, and that's kind of the whole point of this show. So I don't think you'd get a kick.
I would argue with
Yeah, I don't like to think of them as human either.
And there's nobody on the show below deck who looks at the people on staff and goes, "Know your place," stuff like that.
After almost a month at sea, only one winning couple will make it to the final port and take home a cash prize.
Well, that was going to be
on
my
the Real
question.
Love Boat.
So they'll pull into port, and the people who have been rejected are escorted off the boat.
They get fired sometimes.
No, on this Love Boat.
I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
Do you want them to go into the water? Is that what you want?
You want to push
Yeah,
them overboard?
stick them in a raft and poof.
Yes.
Hey,
that's way-
Tiffany, you're going out to sea, babe.
Yeah, babe. Dennis Miller's
Our special guest tonight's Dennis Miller.
And who's our love princess? It's Charo. She's back.
That relationship's got more holes than a Swiss cheese piece on top of a
blender with
a golf course.
I love the way we all kind of know. Let's just be quiet and let him go.
Hey, look, he makes it look easy. It's not.
Yeah.
I wanted you to say Swiss cheese and a lost plot.
Speaking of cheese, a Canadian painting that was traded 50 years ago for a grilled cheese sandwich has sold at auction for $272,000.
I think that's the most Canadian thing I've ever heard. We'll trade you for how about some cheese sandwich?
Oh, you've got yourself a deal.
I don't know why I get so upset about these things, like that Warhol thing going for whatever was $200 million, and I don't know.
The piece is entitled Black Truck by the folk artist Maud Lewis. Lewis lived in poverty for most of her life and did not garner acclaim for her work till her death in 1970.
Oh, folk artist living in poverty most of her life? That's news.
Irene Demas.
Yeah, that's why it's so tough to be a starving artist. You've got to trade your high-quality art for a cheese sandwich.
Wait till she tells you about the moths we found.
Irene Demas, who as a young chef acquired the work in exchange for a gourmet grilled cheese sandwich in 1973, told the news outlet she and her husband, Tony, had an arrangement with the artist John Kinnear that in exchange for grilled cheese sandwiches, they'd be able to choose from a selection of paintings by Kinnear and in some cases works by his friends. The piece has hung in Demas's home for 5 decades
And
until
it's
it was
just
sold for
a
10
painting
times
of
its
it's a
assessed
painting
value.
of a cheese sandwich. Is that correct?
No, it's called Black Truck. I don't think it has anything to do with the cheese sandwich.
Sorry. Because
it better be a painting of a black truck.
Because if it was a painting of a cheese sandwich, you could buy that Andy Warhol tomato soup thing and have a pretty high-quality lunch. I don't know about you, but you give me a cheese sandwich, I want tomato soup, and I want it now.
That's very funny.
No, I'm sorry. I thought, honestly, I wasn't paying
You
attention.
didn't even read your own story?
I was visiting.
My gosh, it is a painting of a black truck.
Yeah.
Well,
Good title.
Thank Christ for that.
Yeah.
Is it a Ford or?
It's like an old Model T or something.
Let me see.
Those old trucks, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Nice painting?
Yeah, it's very quaint.
folksy.
Very folksy.
So is this one of the things like Van Gogh, when the person dies, their artwork is more popular, goes up in value?
Yes.
The one wouldn't this be called naive style? Would that be fair to say?
I guess.
Some would probably consider that insulting, but I think it's a perfect way to describe it.
No, I think that's the proper artistic term.
Naivete.
No, it just no, that's different. But
naivete, I believe.
Speaking of cheese, a toddler in Texas ordered dozens of cheeseburger for delivery while playing with his mom's phone.
Burgers.
Ms. Kelsey Golden told KIII-TV, is that right?
That's Ozzy Osbourne's. Ozzy Osbourne's favorite station.
Is that a misprint or is that right?
No, I wrote it that way because with Helvetica, when you write KLLL, you can't tell the difference.
Oh, so it's KLIT?
So it's-
No, it's KIII.
Oh,
but with
very hard to find.
The people who designed Helvetica made a critical error.
Not in TV Guide.
The
That winner,
the
too.
L and the capital I are indistinguishable unless you have a.
When her 2-year-old son, Barrett, took her phone, she thought he was just taking pictures. Soon after, however, 31 cheeseburgers from their local McDonald's were delivered to the Kingsville home.
So a normal serving.
She checked her phone to find her son had accidentally placed a DoorDash order. Golden decided to post about the order on Facebook, offering up free burgers to whomever might want them.
Like a true lunatic.
Golden is now thinking of ways to hide the DoorDash app on her phone to prevent her son from ordering any more food without her knowledge.
That's kind of a cute story.
Cute if you
Hey,
see
come to
him.
my house. I'll give you a free hamburger.
That's nice.
Weirdo.
No, the little kid. How old's the kid? 2?
Did you see the picture? He's sitting around. There's cheeseburgers all around him. It's kind of cute.
He essentially invented the crave case. Oh, look at this little guy.
He's very cute.
You're going to eat
He's a
every
punk.
one.
Oh, I didn't see the. He's a sweet-looking little boy.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
You eat every cheeseburger.
I saw a 6-month-old do this.
Yeah?
Ordered 31 cheeseburgers. I go, why'd you do that? He goes, there's no formula to be found.
Oh.
That's finding comedy out of current tragedy.
Yeah, out of fine governmental work. Oh, did you? Well, you're probably because I have the fake phones.
The phones?
Oh, yeah, the fake.
Oh, yeah,
followers.
FAUX.
For little kids now, they've got.
absolutely.
But by the time they get to be about 1.5, they don't want the fake one; they want the real one.
Sure.
And a kid takes an iPhone and just immediately, I know how this works. Shh. They can figure.
They're brilliant.
It's so user friendly, but yeah, it's pretty simple to hide your DoorDash app, isn't it?
I would think. I don't know.
Think of how wrong that could have gone.
Yes. What if he'd ordered 31 lobster dinners or something?
Or no, what if he'd gone to the bank with her bank app?
Now.
Well, I just sent $75,000 to.
Can I get your opinions on kids real quick?
Yeah, sure.
My niece, Eden, she's 5 or 6, one of the two.
Is she a little jerk yet? Because they become.
Well, she's a bit bossy, but
Okay.
I have a new niece and nephew. They're twins, and they're like 5 months old right now. And when I first met them, I was holding them, and my 6-year-old niece came up to me and she said, "They don't love you." Do you think that's true, guys? Do you think the new babies don't love me?
She was jealous.
What's her name?
Oh, my God.
Eden. Yeah.
She's a smart 5-year-old.
Oh, my God.
Because you know they don't love you. I go, what?
You know they
So
don't love
I don't know what to do with this information.
She was jealous. That's all.
Of course she was
She loves
jealous.
her uncle.
She wants old. She wants old.
And then I said, I looked at the babies. I go, "Do you not love me?" And they didn't answer.
That sounds like they're little jerks, too.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. Sorry.
They don't love you.
I know. I know what to tell you. I'd rather hear a story about a missing moth than that story.
No, we're going to talk about the Pope.
You mean the story about my?
Could we?
What's going on with the Pope?
The Pope asked for some tequila to help with his knee pain recently.
Yeah, sure.
The Pope Francis has been suffering from strained ligaments in his right knee for months, and on
Lighten
doctor's
up,
orders,
Francis.
has been using a wheelchair and a cane to get around so he can let it heal.
If you have the wheelchair, you don't need the cane.
The 85-year-old pontiff
That's kind of overkill.
was recently riding in the Pope Mobile in St. Peter's Square when he stopped near a group of Mexican seminarians who asked him in his native Spanish how his knee was doing after he replied that it was capricious. Is that the word?
Capricious?
Capricious? They told Francis that they admired his ability to smile despite the pain. The pontiff then asked the group, quote, "Do you know what I need for my knee?" Question.
Percocet?
Some tequila. Seminarians laughed and promised to deliver a bottle to the Santa Marta Hotel where Francis lives.
So he'll be the patron saint?
Oh,
nice.
Nice.
So the Pope is kind of like Howard Hughes? He lives in the hotel?
Oh.
That's not bad.
It's in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy roller.
And why is he in a wheelchair? Doesn't he just levitate everywhere?
You got something for me, Pat?
The Pope has a bad right knee. They put him in a wheelchair. No pills can help with the pain when he has to climb the stairs. No medication. He must libation.
Come on, commit to that accent.
And a vacation. And the blue agave plant. Tequila! We love the Pope.
Tequila.
Wow, the Pope doing tequila. Are they going to serve that during the religious services?
No, I don't think
The
so.
body and blood of Jesus. Little agave. What is it?
Boy, if you're the Pope, you got to really pretend like you don't smell BO, don't you?
Oh, my God.
Everywhere he goes.
That's a weird thing to think about.
Just think about the people he has to meet.
You think when the Pope takes a shot, he licks the
Well, and then sometimes he washes their feet. And
yeah.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Boys, is the Pope.
You all right there, Pope?
Your Pope we understand that you are taking tequila to alleviate the pain in your knee. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's right. There's nothing to get rid of the knee pain like a tequila.
Is it working?
I'm feeling no pain.
Did you put some salt on your ring, then give it a big kiss?
Oh, this is so good. Yeah, I'm thinking about putting this in the mass, to come here, drink of my body shot.
My body shot.
Yeah, it's a good time out there. Josh, I heard you asking about people stinking.
Yeah.
You ain't kidding. It's just so bad. Sometimes you come up, you go, bless you, and bless you, dead animal you're carrying around.
A lot of BO, huh, your Pope?
Oh, you ain't a kid, Tommy. Oh, and thinking about starting my own brand of this stuff. This really works.
You're going to do your own brand of tequila? What are you going to call it?
Oh, I don't even know, Tommy.
Oh, sorry.
How about thou shalt not tequila?
Okay.
That didn't work at all. Huh?
Okay. I don't get it.
Thou shalt not.
Well, you're drunk.
Hey, how about this? About to do a Pope joke of the day.
Oh, okay.
Pope joke of the
Go
day.
ahead.
Okay. Okay. So how do you make a holy water?
How?
You just take a regular water and boil the hell out of it. You boil the hell.
Boil the hell.
Oh, I see.
That Pope joke of the day was brought to you by Richardson Sacraments. Richardson Sacraments.
Hang up the phone.
See you, Popey.
If you're hungry and you want heavenly food, it's time to check in with HelloFresh. HelloFresh, what do? Well, they deliver the box. What's in the box? They've done the complicated shopping. They've done the design of the recipes, thanks to 50-plus chefs, and they've got 50-plus recipes every week, whatever kind of food you're into. Family-friendly, fit and wholesome, low-carb, low-cal, whatever you want. They've got it, including those new Mediterranean options. Very healthy. Recipes filled with fresh fruits and veggies, nuts, etc., etc. Willie, what's the latest over there?
One of my favorites, pork sausage and shingled potatoes with broccoli and balsamic glaze. HelloFresh sends you 6 delicious but simple ingredients. You put them together in a half hour in 4 easy steps.
Yum.
And you have this delicious one-sheet pan meal from our friends at HelloFresh.
They got breakfast, they've got lunch, they've got dinner, whatever you want. Easy to change your schedule around. Give it a shot. Great for date night, Josh. Get started today, HelloFresh.com. That's HelloFresh.com/BT Show 16. Why the BT Show 16? Well, let's see. How about 16 free meals and 3 free gifts as part of a very special project you can do? Have some fun with this. The code is BT Show 16. They've done the shopping. They've done the measuring. The cards have pictures, so if you don't know the difference between a carrot and a pepperoni, you can figure it out. You'll be a better chef when you're done with doing this. It's a lot of fun. HelloFresh.com/BT Show 16. That's code BT Show 16. HelloFresh.com/BT Show 16. Coming back with a fascinating look at the world of history. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules. Or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see contest rules. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Look, we're running out of time to tell you about this, so let's just get it out there. ThatJoshArnold.com is where you head for tickets and information for Cacciatore's in Ilion, New York. Again, Willie Griswold and Josh Arnold there Saturday night. One night only, and apparently tickets are getting few and far between. You might have to buy it from a guy on the corner. Cacciatore's, that's where you head. Ilion, New York, this Saturday night. Josh Arnold and Willie Griswold, they're traveling together. Will they make it home? ThatJoshArnold.com for tickets and information.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom News Desk. President Joe Biden has invoked the Defense Production Act to speed up the production of infant formula and authorize flights to import supply from overseas. The moves announced yesterday come as Biden faces mounting political pressure over a domestic shortage caused by the safety-related closure of the country's largest formula-making plant. The Defense Production Act requires suppliers to fulfill orders quickly. For many Americans, big box stores like Target were go-to places during the pandemic. They were open, convenient, and provided essentials and other stuff that helped us endure. Now, though, Target is more like the don't-go-to place, and that's been reflected in the company's sales. Target reports its profits fell 52% compared to the same period last year. As the pandemic eases, people seem to have returned to more normalized spending. And the true definition of man or woman's best friend is in this story. Erin Wilson was walking along the Trinity River in Northern California Monday with Eva, her 2.5-year-old Belgian Malinois. As they made their way down a path, a mountain lion lunged at Wilson, scratching her shoulder. She yelled for Eva, and she dashed to her aid, taking on the cougar. The cougar did get the better of Eva after grabbing her head in its powerful jaws. A man just happened to come along at that time and pepper sprayed the cougar, causing it to run away. Eva is in guarded condition, and Wilson and her husband hope she'll pull through. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
I had to call you guys today about that Zone 4 passenger that climbed out of the wing last week. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, Chicago was taxiing to the gate. He jumped out of the plane.
I mean, my God, I know nobody wants to work anymore, but whatever happened to all the sky marshals? Were them on break when this went down? You know, we need marshals more than ever. That or we need to start arming these sky hags with tasers. God knows there's already a 7-day waiting period on my Fresca.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom.
If you irradiate poop, it will be sterile, but it's still poop.
You can pick your morning radio show, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Time now for Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia.
The 1972 Miami Dolphins became the first NFL team to go undefeated for all of their regular and postseason games. Most analysts agree that their marvelous no-name defense was the key to their brilliant performance. But perhaps no other defense in the NFL compares to the one seen in 1994 when O.J. Simpson faced double homicide charges in an L.A. courtroom. We salute you, Orenthal James Simpson, NFL Hall of Famer, accused murderer, and free American citizen.
This has been Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. The Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
When grandfather dies, life will be strange. When grandfather dies, my whole world will change. When grandfather dies, I'll scream and I'll yell, 'cause I'll be rich as hell.
And then I figured I didn't need to write anymore.
Hey, this is Frank Caliendo, and you're listening to Bob and Tom.
Please, right now.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi, Chip.
ADL.
Stop yelling.
There was a little bit of salt in that delivery.
What a day.
When you converse off the air, do you take a breath? There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chip.
See what I did there? I took a breath. And here's you doing it. There's Josh Arnold. He's at the sidekick chair. Thank you very much. There's Ace Cosby. He's over there at the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold. I'm Chick McGee. And now here's Tom. Tom, go ahead. Start talking. We can't have any silence. Tom, where are you, buddy? Come on, buddy. Where are you? Talk.
Right over here.
You know, he's not wrong that you do get a little caffeinated up and start speeding up.
Quite relaxed.
It's the drugs, man. It's the drugs.
All right.
This is a decaf tea I'm drinking.
Okay.
No one believes that.
Nice.
I've got the tea bag to prove it.
I bet you do.
He's proving with tea bags.
Have you ever teabagged anybody?
Oh, my.
Feels good.
Just answer the question.
It does.
You're in total control.
God, it feels good.
Okay, the point is we have to move forward.
You ever
here.
do a Roman helmet?
I don't know what that is, and I don't want to know.
I didn't. Testicle on each eye.
I don't.
That way the wiener looks like that.
That's nice.
It's the Roman helmet.
All
That's
right.
another thing.
All right.
Gonzo,
You know,
too.
Josh and I are a team.
Welcome to your last day. Christy, what do we got over there?
Oh, I thought it was history time.
Oh, it is? Oh, dear God. What
boy,
day is
we
today?
better start. Oh, there it is.
Today is June 4th.
Time now for Today in History, June 4th, 2025.
Sorry, we're going to do May 19th.
Oh, if you want to.
Here's Tom.
Wow, she didn't have very long. The trial for Anne Boleyn started on the 15th of May.
Yeah.
Did they have it?
Today they executed the sentence, and by executed I mean executed the sentence.
4 days.
Did they have the trial of Anne Boleyn? Parentheses. Ha ha. Close. Because she didn't really get a fair trial.
Yeah. Ironically, she got the head job. Really, if you think about it. Let's see who else. Smokey and the Bandit premiered on this date in 1977.
A surprisingly wonderful movie.
The Fast and Furious, if you will, of the 70s.
I enjoyed every time.
That's going to be back out in the theaters, I think. Coming up in June.
Smokey and the Bandit?
What is it?
For a special, like one of those special one-night deals.
Probably the 45th anniversary.
Yeah.
How long ago was it? 45 years?
77?
Yeah, 45.
Okay. Yeah.
Star Wars. Oh, this is confusing. 1999 Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace.
Right.
So, but that's not the first.
No.
No, the first one is 4.
Right, in terms of when they were when they were released. That's the one that has
Jar Jar.
Jar Jar.
They had introduced the world to Jar Jar Binks.
How did they get rid of him?
They don't.
He just sort of never.
He eventually he's part of the Senate or something, and then they sort of just leave him alone.
Yeah, he never comes back.
Fingers crossed he shows up in the new Obi-Wan show. My goodness.
There's a chance. Well, no, I don't think so.
You know what? The time is right to bring Jar Jar back. You're right.
No, he was politically corrected out of the.
It would. I don't think he was, but it would cause it would be amazing. It would be wonderful.
Let's see. Happy birthday going. Malcolm X was born on the anniversary of his birth, 1925. Malcolm X. Josh and I were working on that TV.
You're going to drag me into whatever this is?
No. Don't you dare.
It's called Malcolm X in the Middle.
Okay, let's say
it was a combination of a sitcom and Hollywood Squares. And here's what happened.
I was reading the book. He was childhood friends with Red Fox, which I thought was super cool.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Pol Pot. Born in this date in 1925. Real jerk. So sorry.
Oh, very much so.
But
a real jerk.
Yeah, sorry. And Peter Mayhew. Chewbacca, right?
Yeah.
No, I thought he was Darth Vader.
No.
Which ones?
It was Chewbacca.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Good thing he wasn't born
Bigfoot in space.
22 days after being.
You ever meet Mother Mayhew?
And the great Pete Townsend. Happy birthday, Pete. Okay, what do you got?
What? Oh, Pete Deaf. Things we learned on the show today.
Nothing. Bye.
Josh and Willie are going out to Ilion, New York this weekend. Show Saturday night at Cacciatores. And it's been pointed out that they have a buffet dinner.
I've gotten emails.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I arrived at work today and drove right by the the driveway.
Street lights out.
40 years.
Yeah, we got to get that fixed.
Yeah, we got to.
I had no
Guy
problem
almost
at all.
rear-ended me when I was turning in this morning. I was like, come on.
Yeah, and then she almost had a car accident.
Well, yeah,
the rear ending.
Yeah,
had
I
nothing
got
to do
it.
with
She was in the car.
Butt section.
Pat Godwin. That's right. Pat Godwin, Captured Live, is the #1 comedy album in the USA, so he says. Today's a workout day for Christy Lee because she's been eating a lot lately.
Oh, man, look at that.
Well, that's because she's been so
hungry.
Okay.
Let's see.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
Okay, thank you.
And of course, as is Tom's, he told us again the story about he went to Kings Island and a kid crapped himself on the BC roller coaster. He likes to tell that story at least once a year.
Oh, it's really hot. And then it took like an hour to clean it up. They had a
You wait in
hazmat.
line that whole time?
They had a hazmat crew. It was rough.
Yeah, that is rough.
I'm sure if someone else was there, they know I'm not kidding. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello. Bonjour. The perfect gift has arrived for the single man. The new cologne from the makers of Clintorius and Bonaire. France's most noted fashion designer, yours truly, Mr. Béchon of Paris, has developed an exciting and stimulating new scent for men.
Honey, come on. You've been in the bathroom for half an hour. What are you doing in there?
Just enjoying my masturbation.
Mr. Béchon. Just slap a little on. Repeatedly.
Oh, God. Thanks. I needed that.
Is that Mr. Bashan?
Yeah, I think that's the sign.
Mr. Béchon.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Boom. Hey, Mark Allison with you. Thanks so much for joining us on this Thursday, May 19th. West Coast Mountain correspondent Al Jackson coming up Friday. Our comedian staff member Jeff Oskey with what? That's right, the news you failed to mention. And